It's a little bit early. I'm just getting ready for the festivities. Start getting ready. Share the show. Hit the like. Give me money. I didn't make any money yesterday. I mean, there's a few super chats, but as for PayPal, nothing. No money directly. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of support for the channel today. Anything you can give. But we're still a few minutes early. We'll hit the intro shortly. Yeah. Processing. Getting drier the more I eat. We're gonna open the festivities. You know what? I'll finish eating while the intro is rolling. All right. Intro retard. Where you at?
Here on the
Daily Boom,
in a metal retardation center costing
PayPal and Super Chat
will be built is to identify all of the causes of mental retardation and to develop more effective techniques of treatment and rehabilitation. The ability to prevent mental retardation is our ultimate goal. To reach this point,
YouTube, Discord, participants.
and the federal government
Boom!
have all come
Walter
a long,
Bisley.
long way.
Now, many of these
Flat
are
Earthers.
so severely retarded that it would be difficult, if not impossible, to take care of them at home. So all we can offer them is good care and sympathetic understanding. But there are others
Flat Earther.
in these institutions who really need not be there. Those are the ones that are classed as trainable or educable, and you'll hear more about them later.
Are we resorting to comedy hour now? Obviously.
Gravity. La La Land is reserved for special people that double speak, that say open is closed, closed is open.
La La Land, we are in La La Land.
Gravity.
Obviously.
La La Land, La La Land, La La Land, we are in La La Land.
Gravity. Gravity. Gravity.
Obviously.
Walter Bisley with a big super chat.
Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom!
Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Florida to the YouTube universe. Jose JG. is in the house. Thank you very much for coming in. This is where the festivities take place. Join us on the Discord server, Daily Boom. We are on the Daily Boom live text chat and in the YouTube live voice chat, which will be open very shortly after I do my ranting in the top of the show. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Very appreciated. JP Jr., Charlie Welch, Ali B, Stefan Mudd, RT96, and Walter Bisling with a big 48 CHF super chat. Keen test. Walter Bisling, you are awesome. And I thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate it, brother. You're looking at hopefully who can top Walter Bisling's super chat. Let's see if we can do that. Who can double Walter Bisling's super chat, right? And if I say double, maybe I mean twice the amount he gave me, maybe half of the amount he gave me. So just double it up, man, and prove that you are new. Like Kuso PR1, Sean Smith in the house. Ali B want me to shout out La La Land. Shout out to La La Land. He says yes in Montreal, but I prefer La La Land than him. Let's open the Discord server, Daily Boom. Let's talk about the planets. What do you have about the planet? You got information about the planets that you would like to share with the audience and myself. Maybe Flip Flop will have a special participation, maybe not. Who knows? I just want to know about planets in general. Are you new, Sean Smith? I don't know, man, because I keep asking. I keep asking if you are new, and you always say that you are new. But when was the last time that you were new? I guess now, right? So if I ask you tomorrow if you are new, I guess your answer will be that you are still new. Which it will make all the sense in the world. Did I tell you guys, hit the thumbs up, watching this live or recorded, and support the channel via PayPal or Super Chat. There's a PayPal link pinned above in the chat box. And there is also a Super Chat feature down on the chat box. There's links on the description box on how to support the channel and how to join the conversation. So if you got any thoughts, comments, concerns that you would like to talk to me about, talk to each other about, I'm pretty sure that we will have one or two guests. So join first and take the floor. Take your time to speak up and let the audience hear you. If you don't want to talk about the planets, bring an interesting topic related to the stuff that we talk about. What do you think, Citizen 9? And Don Giovanni and Gary Y. Benga. Hi, New. I'm dead. All right. Good flat Earth day, everyone, says Gary Y. Benga. Eight planets, is that what we think there is on our solar system? Is it 8 planets? Once there was 9, now there's 8. Am I right? So this 9th planet, which was the last one named, given qualification as a planet, was a little whiles ago, was Pluto. How long ago was Pluto discovered, aka named, and given to us as a planet? I don't know, at the top of my head I say, damn it, I can't even think. 80 years? 70 years? 60. 60 years, I'll say. But then, just recently, in the past decade, Pluto was demoted as a planet again. What the hell? Why universe, why scientists, why people are you giving me Pluto as a planet and then take it from me? Why, oh why? Well, the YouTube live text chat, voice chat is open, and you are welcome to join us. I will share a fresh link for the Discord server named Daily Boom, where you can click on the link and be a part of it. And there you go. That is the link to join. How about you click on that and jump onto us? There is a poll on the YouTube here on the live show in the chat box. So if you don't see the poll, if you came in and you just kind of ignore the poll, no, come back, refresh the page, and please vote in the poll. There are 17 votes. We are missing something. We're missing something. And I got a few ideas of what we are missing. Are we missing 11 frames? That's one option. Are we missing a flatzoid-inspired pole? That's another option. Are we missing derp? Derp is a good option. How about all of the above? Please vote now. What are we missing? Thank you very much for coming in, man. Nerd Alert is here. How about Charlie Welsh? Charlie Welsh. Think we all know exactly what Gary wants to say. What does Gary want to say? Is it blah? Knows? Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what Gary wants to say. Jim's mind is still a little bit of a butt hurt because he came in last in the last poll that we had in this channel. Mr. Mailman just passed by. That means that probably get a bill to pay on on the mailbox. Oh, that's probably it. Around this time of the year, around this time of the month. That's what's up. So, I heard in the vines that Pluto was underperforming and the demotion was inevitable. So he was underperforming as a planet and as an inevitability. If it's inevitable, as an inevitability, as an inevitability. Damn it. If Pluto was underperforming as a planet, then the consequences is inevitable. Yeah. So therefore, as an inevitability, he was demoted. That didn't take me long at all to figure that out. I was still not right. It sounded about right to me. Every time that you type, that you say the word, like say it out loud, speak it up. I don't know. It gets stranger by the second. Yeah, let me read this to see if anybody corrected me. Inavailability. No, from the verb inevitable. Not inavailable. No, unavailable. As for the verb, there you go. Nerd got it. Inaffidability. Yeah, something like that. Oh man, why do I do this to myself, bro? What the hell? Anybody else? One more person voted. Please vote more. Oh man, thank you guys for correcting me in that verbiage of as for the future tense of what will it be if it did in the past, will in the future be as for infinity. How do you say inevitable as a verb of as a consequence? As a consequence. Oh, my head hurts. That's horrible, man. It's horrible, guys. Let me change the camera. I'm on camera here. That's a fool. But I'm gonna have the other camera on anyway. It's gonna. I don't want to change the words. I don't want to take the easy route, man. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Therefore, it's inevitable that it's gonna happen. Woo! Okay, let's see what we got here. There you go. Inevitable. It's a horrible, strange. Yeah. I know that the chat box is kind of very bright. It's very bright, and you cannot see it well, but it's okay. It's okay. Whee! Is today gonna be the day that I'm gonna be all by myself here? Maybe for like half an hour just blabbing over here, just nonsense and random stuff. Reading a few comments. I cannot do it. I haven't. It's strange to do a show just reading your comments, guys. I mean, for me, I read it, but it's something that is processed like in your brain, like inside you. You don't like talking like, I don't know. It's strange. Arwin does it. Flatsoy does it. Like most of the people do that format. That's not me, man. It's not that I hate it, but I'm not. It's not my favorite. I don't know how to talk to a chat box. I don't know how to talk to text, man. I know how to text to talk. Wait, talk to test. I know how to talk to test because if I do it in the phone, I talk and then it converted to text. So I know how to talk to test. But that's a different talk to test. You know what I'm talking about. Can't even drag these fucking cheap cigars without going off. Oh well. Gary is very dim to compensate from the bride chat box. Alright, guys. As we know, I forgot to do. Let me see if we get it. There you go. That was it. That was Walter Bisling, big super chat. He say, I, Walter Bisling, am awesome, and I concur with you, sir. I really do. A dimmer switch on the brightness of intelligence. Is there a switch for dimming the brightness of intelligence and intensity? Can I switch? Can I flip a switch for intelligence, Tinkerfield? Tinkerfield is here in the house to save the day.
I wish I was here to save the day. I'm actually working, but I thought I would join, and if I get a chance or when I can speak, I will.
Shame on you.
I'm sorry.
It is very difficult to me to attempt to create to mimic voices and sounds, but I'm gonna have to be you. I'm gonna have to speak like you and be you for the first time ever trying live in a show. Should I try being you?
Best of luck.
Thank you. Tinkerfield, is there a switch for dimming a brightness of intelligence in your brain?
Well, I'm not sure what you're talking about because I am very busy at work right now.
Damn, that was horrible, Jose. I hope that you never attempt to do that again.
Gosh, I hope I'm not that nasally.
I'm sorry. That's the first thing that came to my mind, to pluck my nose, man. I cannot do the accent. It's what kills me. I might be able to do like Spanish voices, Spanish different type of tones of voices. I can mimic a lot of those because of just the accent, but just doing the English, I cannot do an English accent myself personally, so I cannot mimic an English accent, if that makes sense. It sucks.
It does. I'd have a hard time with most accents also.
I think it's easier for an English speaking person to do a Spanish accent than the opposite, than a Spanish accent doing an English speaking person.
But my 2 cents, if there is a switch to dim one's intelligence, it seems that Gary's is stuck.
Gary's switch is on neutral, and the pings to go up or down are just broken. I mean, that's the way I think of it. And it's on neutral because he can flip it, The switch was all the way down, the dimming of the brain. It was all the way down. And it broke, but now it doesn't have a peg to click on it, so he just moved it up to neutral. So people think he got some kind of smartness.
I mean, I haven't met anybody who thinks he's smart. I guess there was the one guy that's also a flat earther, but yeah, I don't think it switches in neutral. I think he's in reverse. Stuck in reverse.
I think he thinks he is smart. As for he has been smart, he is smart, and he will continue being smarter than everyone.
Well, there's no doubt that he believes he's smart. There's no doubt about that at all. I mean, just the arrogance in his voice, which is so grating, it's off the charts.
To him, it's actually science, because he can justify his belief of being smart. Because everything he say, he thinks he's smart, therefore, he's justifying himself of being smart. Scientifically, I think. He thinks scientifically he's got a justified belief so people know he's smart. I think everything is behind a belief. Those people who wants to bring a creator, a god, a big entity, an extra something to explain how things came to be and how things work. I mean, it's a cop out. Is I think a very weak argument. Because God did it, God created it. What God? Whatever, the creator. It's just
Yeah,
an easy
if I don't know, then God doesn't want me to know, so there's no reason to know, and we can't figure it out because God doesn't want me to. Yep.
So more credit where credit deserved to science, because they are science actually. By they, I say they the scientists and people in expert in their fields are attempting to figure this out for us, for the average Joe that are not in those fields. They're trying to figure out how everything came to be. They try to figure out where everything comes from. They try to figure out how shit work. If it was God and the people reading the Bible, they cannot explain it. They're not attempting to figure it out. They just say is God or the creator that did. That's it. Or the creator that did it. So yeah, shout out to people attempting to figure out what's going on. Mojo, do you think that's a fair shout out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can assert God in anywhere. Just say that God did it, but that's not explaining anything. There's usually ways that God accomplished something. So if you want to say it was God or not, is irrelevant. How does the car drive and how does the sun set? Still a question to be asked.
Putting God is like, how did I get this sandwich made? I'm gonna go to a little kiosk and it's like, hey dude, Peter, can you make me a sandwich, pastrami sandwich, right? And put all these ingredients. He gave me this, and somebody asked me, where's that sandwich come from? That guy did it. I mean, okay, yeah, that's fair, but how is it made? How was this sandwich made? I said, that guy did it. I said, can you attempt to tell me how is it made? I said, I didn't do it. I didn't make it. I don't care. I'm just eating it. I know there's a sandwich. From that guy to my hand, I said, like, dude, let me give it a try. Hey, Peter, give me a pastrami sandwich. There come the scientist. I said, all right. That guy made it, but I want to try to explain it how he made it. So he opened the sandwich and he started breaking down to see what ingredients are there. He gonna shake all the things out. Is that kind of a weird analogy. I didn't know where I was going, but I got to a certain point. Somebody that want to skip steps and want to say like, I don't care, it just made, versus somebody that's like, yeah, I want to know how it made. If that person is not going to tell me his recipe, I'm going to open it, I'm going to break it down. What do you think?
Right. No, I like that. You know, basically, you could say, how did that sandwich get made? Well, Mom made it. She made it with peanut butter and jelly. Well, how did the peanut butter and jelly come? Where did they come from? Well, you go all the way back to the electrochemical reactions that happened in the plant, and you can go back to the Big Bang. I don't care. Mom made it. Good enough. Or it's a sandwich. It's good enough.
So you
Depends
think
on what your question
everything?
is.
Yeah, you think everything can go back to a absolute point in time as for the beginning, a Big Bang or something?
Kinda.
It could, right? I think everything could, in a sense.
But do you need to know that when you're asking that question?
No.
And that's what flat earthers love to do. They'll like to say, well, we have gravity. We know shit falls down. Well, what makes gravity? It's like, I don't fucking care. Shit falls down.
Farmers, what do you think about the analogy about the pastrami sandwich? Do I always make analogies about food? Sometimes I do. Go ahead.
I'm guessing maybe you're always hungry.
Yeah.
Or you're always hungry when you start this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to things like the sandwich, who gives a shit? It's a sandwich. Who cares?
But if you want to know about something, you like to figure it out, you know?
Well, yes. I mean, I tend to have that sort of mind. Anyway, being an engineer, we like to know how things work. So if you encounter something new, you think, well, that's very impressive. How does it do that? Why does it do that? But I think you can go too far. If you want to work out how something works and end up at the Big Bang, you've possibly overshot a bit, you know.
Yeah, for too much. A phone, you know. Can you make an analogy with using a smartphone today? About somebody that doesn't like science versus somebody who likes science. Like, can you do an analogy with a smartphone? Let's give it a try. Go ahead.
Well, how does your phone work? Well, I powered on, I dialed a number, I hit send. Or you can go and ask, how does it go through the switching in the network? How does the handshaking go when your call begins and it makes the first connection to the cell site? And there's no end to it.
Well, I mean,
Good. Yeah, Farmers.
Yeah, I think he got a technical issue there for a second.
Oh.
I heard a little bit of something.
I don't know what happened there, because I can't. You won't be able to hear the YouTube stream through me, because when I've got wireless headphones on, it's Discord and nothing else. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. I think Discord might have had a hiccup.
I hear you. We hear you.
Yeah, no, that's good, because it threw me out. I thought, hang on a minute, why can I hear myself?
Sure.
Sorry, where were we? Where did we get to?
Science-driven person versus I don't care versus a belief-driven person. A cell phone. Can we do an analogy with that?
Yes, there are lots and lots of people in this world who are quite happy to use a cell phone and wouldn't have the faintest idea how it works, how it was made, what clever little components are inside it. I mean, I couldn't tell you half about this phone I've now got in my hand as to how it does things and how it was
magic.
Made. It is magic. If you'd shown me one of these when I was a kid, I'd have said, well, that's magical. That's really quite something. And then I said, well, hang on, how does it do that?
No, I don't think you need to look at a smartphone for that. I think 90% of the time high 90% of the time for flat earthers, it's easier looking at something like a light bulb.
Oh, hey. I couldn't explain that shit.
So, first of all, you'd have to decide, well, is it an LED light bulb or is it one of the old sort of like coil tungsten ones that goes pop when it goes? And then
incandescent.
Yeah, and you just ask people, well, why those old style light bulbs, how does it give off light? And when they say, when they eventually come up with a logical answer, well, how come it doesn't melt? You know, it's a lot of people just flick a switch and light's there for them. They don't really understand what a light bulb is.
Mm.
So do you have to add a lot of explanation if I want to ask how a light bulb works, and you say which
No.
light bulb, and I show you an LED light bulb? It's still the same explanation pretty much, unless you want to add in.
LED is a little bit different, so no.
But it involves electricity going through a big box outside. That big box will feed it through smaller cables through the outlets. Then you plug it in, and then the electricity goes through that cable, and then it just, when you press the button or click the switch, then it will light up the light bulb. So the electricity shoot through the cable, and that light up the light bulb. I don't need any different for a good old little coil light bulb versus an LED, or am I wrong?
You're wrong, because one is built off the premise of electrical resistance to generate light. So your old style light bulbs. But anyway, no. The point is, flat earthers don't know this. So, but they say you've got to do everything yourself. Well, they should all be in the dark right now. Is my point.
Yep.
Now, if I want to go back, the electricity that comes from the outside of the house to a box, where is the electricity come from? It says outside the house now. Now, from the outside, let's go back. Where the electricity come from?
But how a light bulb produces light, or the old style ones with electrical resistance, is sort of all to do with where the electricity comes from. It's just a resistance to flow on a wire, and then the kind of feat of it is, well, how do you get it to maintain rigidity and not be in a molten state where the element goes pop? And that's, you know, and the pop bit is the important thing. You need a gas in there, and you need pressure. But like I say, if you follow the flat Earth rhetoric, they should not be cooking on a stove, and they should all be in the dark, and they shouldn't be using mobile phones.
Ouch!
They
Everybody
should,
agree
yes.
with that?
They shouldn't be using mobile phones. They shouldn't be using GPS. They shouldn't have any satellite TV.
Why would them? They wouldn't care where that come from and how it's made.
I don't know that. Jose, the definition, or the clinical definition, not clinical, but the general definition of sky is the infinite space that surrounds the planet, not just like the atmosphere, but everything. So the fact that you can have Sky TV, where a dish is pointed to the supposed space, you shouldn't, and that's obviously a European thing, a UK thing, but you shouldn't. Flat earthers should not use satellite dishes at all.
No.
Yeah, but they are wired. There's a wire that goes through their house. They don't have an antenna.
They have a satellite dish. What do you think the satellite dish is pointing at?
They don't care. No, they don't have that. There's a cable. It's a cable that comes from the
most
post,
US, most US places have cable.
I'm plugging in a cable, so I don't rely on the satellite.
Well, over here, a lot of people still watch Sky via a dish, and the dish is pointing at the satellite. So as far as flat earthers are concerned, they can't have that because satellites aren't real, so they can't be using it. And that's why they can't be using GPS.
Cable companies still use that.
Stefan, go ahead.
Yeah, most cable companies use a big dish to receive the signals and then transfer it from there to houses around. So still there, they're using satellites very often.
Well, flat earthers don't know that. They know it's a cable coming. They say, all right, then if I follow that cable, that's going to go underground to whatever is transmitting the TV shows and shit. They're not going to think about satellite.
That's typical flat earthers, isn't it? Okay, I got electricity, but then they stop thinking. No idea where it was produced, where it's coming from. It's nuclear, it's water power, hydroelectric, whatever.
It's a fusion reactor.
Well, maybe in some years.
Can a fusion reactor type of building, a big box building with a fusion reactor in the middle of it, feed a lot of electricity? Like, I don't know, millions of square miles?
Well, we got the fission ones now, which is quite effective. But of course, a fusion one will be much more effective, and we don't have to worry about radioactive materials and stuff like that. So
How can I
Go on.
How can I harness the sun energy, anything from the daylight to produce energy? Me, myself. Do I need like a fishing net or something? Like opening it from my house, put aluminum foil, and then wait 5 minutes and then wrap it up really tight and put some cables.
Also, you can do. You don't need. I mean, you don't need a lot of technology to do this. You can do it with. You can harness energy from the sun with a lens and boil water. And yes, you could use tin foil. You could create a parabolic dish, and use a lens to incredibly heat water in a small amount of energy from the sun. A small amount of surface area as well. So. Yeah, you can harness energy from the sun quite easily. Or you can just get photovoltaic cells in solar panels and use that.
Yeah, I used to carry a solar cooker when I went backpacking. It was
nice, but it was
nice when it was sunny.
a lot of places I've seen these portable as well, but a lot of, and I'm guessing them in Florida it would be a good idea. They have the black mat water heaters where they have a small pump and then pump it into a large snaking black mat on the roof to have like free instant heat water.
Yeah, my grandparents actually back in the 80s had a solar hot water heater.
Nice.
Lasted for like 30 years. They did end up replacing it with gas when it finally failed, but it lasted for like 30 years.
Yeah, it's like in Norway. They just built a new primary school, which is going to be heated in the winter for water heat in that system during the summer, and they have this gigantic underground storage area. That's quite a good idea.
Yeah, they had a huge water tank. And it wasn't just to heat the hot water for taking baths. It actually heated the entire house. It had in-floor piping, and that's where the radiant heat for their house came from.
With the electricity prices in Europe nowadays.
Technically, that's what solar panels are. They heat water up. That's what everybody calls.
You see them going to the Mediterranean.
Is that the main ingredient for harnessing electricity, water?
Well, there's two. There's either heating up water, or with photovoltaic arrays turning light into electricity.
No water needed in that second.
No water needed in that one. No.
Which one is more common? Used.
These days, it's light into electricity. I mean, certainly around here, we've got fields and fields covered with PV arrays, all pointed, all at the same angle, pointing in roughly the same direction, due south. And that way, they capture the most sunlight during the day. And these panels are the same as what they put on satellites in the ISS. Basically, it's the same principle. You're converting light into electricity.
Yeah, but if you go to the Mediterranean area, you see every house have these black water heating systems. Hotels and departments and
It never really took off over here because we I just don't think we get enough of the right sunlight to heat it up. You get plenty of light, but there needs to be enough of it to heat the water up, and a lot of the time we don't get that over here.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that I live on the west coast, the middle of Norway, and the weather here is even worse than it is in the UK. So
yeah.
This question is for Stingray. Thinking about what I have known, seen, and experienced and witnessed, I think if let's say an old bicycle, and I just hook the bicycle in a stand that I just can pedal, and the back wheel is just rotating there. If I put some kind of a chain and I put that into some kind of a box that little generator, small generator, I can plug things in that generator and I will get electricity for free. I just need to get me a little generator, and by pedaling, the rotation, the movement is going to create electricity. Is that true, this Stingray?
Well, yeah, of course it's true, but it wouldn't be a lot unless you're really cool at pedaling.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to light much more than a couple of LEDs.
Yeah, Jose, your body needs more energy than you are able to produce. It's just a waste
Yeah,
of time.
Stefan, I use that exact same bastard excuse when my girlfriend says, you should walk down to the shops. And they're like, no. The car's electric. It's charged from solar panels. I'm actually saving the planet. I need way too much electricity, way too much food and energy to walk down to the shop. So I absolutely
I know.
agree.
Hold on.
I've just ordered. I'm still waiting for my electric car. It's due in February. Been waiting for a year now.
But look at this bicycle. It doesn't have a regular, because a regular wheel tire is gonna be small, so I'm gonna have to pedal a lot to get a couple spins. Like every pedal will be just one small spin. But this wheel is gonna be big and a big star. The system that I just gotta pedal very slow on this big wheel. The chain being in the outside is going very fast. So it's relative to whatever. I'm just thinking of the setup. I cannot explain it, but it's a bigger wheel, so you don't have to spin it too much to get a lot of rotation.
But still, Jose, perpetual engines.
What do you need
if you could produce more energy by doing that your body uses, well, there you go.
Well, then I can create a small fan, like one of those. How do you call the one in the sea, in the sea or whatever? Those big fans things. I fucking the name. It's just woo.
What do you mean, propellers?
Propeller. What? Turbine. Thank you.
Turbine.
I make a small turbine made out of wood, and I put it in a bucket with water only. And then I create a little cage, and I make one of those little perpetual motion, like rock, a big ball, a big smooth ball, and then they click, and it keep falling around, and then you got a few balls, and it keeps spinning. It's unstoppable. And I don't have to pedal anymore. Now I'll have that connected to a generator. Then I got the electricity to plug in a TV, a computer, charge my cell phones, a refrigerator. Is that the way it works?
Yeah, you could by currents and tides, of course, but there's been a lot of experiments in Norway doing this. But problems like with turbine is that you fill them up with seaweed and stuff like that. And if you put like some sort of gitter in the front of it or something, that got stuck, so you don't get the water through. So the last one now is using basically the sea moving just up and down, so it's like pistons being moved by the sea, and that seems to be very effective. And we got a hell of a longer coastline.
Well, I'm gonna create this small turbine and put it in a bucket. And this turbine is going to have a chain connected to the generator. Stingray, will that work then?
I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention.
I built a small turbine type of thing, like a fan. I put the arms are going inside a bucket of water. I'm going to have a system with balls falling and falling and falling. So I don't have to, I just got to give it a little push in the beginning, and it will continue to do that. And then that's connected to a generator to give me electricity for my TV and fridge and air conditioning.
What are you on about, balls falling?
I create a small perpetual motion machine with a like a turbine type of thing.
Oh, right, perpetual motion. You mean like just all the other perpetual motion machines out there?
Yes, like it will keep dropping and falling. A little ball, click, click, and it's gonna kick it down a little bit to the right, and then the other ball will go click, and then when you go down, the other ball will go click, and it will go continuously like that. That's connected to a generator.
Yeah, no.
No,
if only that would work, but it definitely will not.
Machines like that don't exist perpetually. That never stop unless you stop it.
There are mechanics that, I mean, even the solar system and orbits are not that. They'll lose, they'll degrade over time and stuff. So yeah, no, that, and on terrestrial Earth, no. When you see those TikTok videos or YouTube videos, they're hiding a fucking battery and some wires in that thing somewhere.
No, but it makes sense. They look about right, about they could work.
Yeah, no.
They don't. They're generally upset by this thing that's called friction.
Yeah, friction and gravity, the gravity field we are in.
Will a magnet run out of juice to a magnet, a small magnet?
When you say run out of juice, what do you mean run out of juice?
Like if I'm just, will it always work? Like forever, unless it breaks or something.
No, it won't always work forever.
Well, then,
I think
there's
if we go by
if you put a big magnet in a specific spot for this wheel working in the bucket of water that I have, a little small turbine wheel, it will work because I'm going to have a magnet pulling this ball, and then it will pass through that because it works, Stingray. In my brain, it works forever.
Mate, if that works in your brain and you can produce one where the excess amount of energy is usable, or in your opinion, usable, and you can cascade that effect and it's a scalable model that you can produce, then you've just become the most famous person ever. So, no.
We have a problem because I can't, this perpetual machine can be built and it works. It's 100% a workable prototype, right? In my mind. Then after that, I don't know what kind of generator I'm gonna put that's the key. I don't know about that part.
Jose, you draw and sketch, don't you? Yeah. So
no.
What you can do. So if I ask you to imagine like a bunny rabbit that's also a dragon kind of thing, could you imagine that in your mind?
Yes.
Brilliant, because that shares exactly the same attributes as your perpetual motion machine in your mind as well.
Stingray.
Exactly. They are both made up bullshit.
It works with momentum and gravity and magnetism.
Yeah,
Think about those three constituents.
Yeah. No, wait a minute. The bunny dragon works with rabbit and dragon, but no, it's still made up bullshit.
No, can you produce that in real life?
About as much as you can produce a perpetual motion machine.
Ah, come on.
Actually, no, I tell a lie.
You can make it yourself.
Wait a minute. If we have a loose definition of dragon to be lizard, and I'm a biochemist and I spend a lot of time, I'm sure I could get closer to a bunny dragon than your fucking perpetual motion machine.
Really? Come on, I call bullshit, man. Nuh-uh. Shame. I'm gonna have to share my screen and open something in here to try to demonstrate this. Let's see. Am I still on?
Yes.
We're still on, right?
Yes.
All right, we have a bucket of water right here. I have a bucket bucket for water. This one has water in it. Now I'm gonna do a simple sketch of this turbine fan thing. Okay, and we get a little peg over here, and then that will be, is just standing in a base over here in background. This is gonna have a chain, but this is what matters, right? Over here is gonna be connected to a generator, and this is the generator. Now from here, I don't care about this, right? This is a long stick holding the base stick. Stingray. Now I have this is kind of caged in here. There's a little cage in here so the balls don't fall. I got 4 balls, magnetic metal balls in here. One here, right here, magnetic balls, right? And I got over here in this base, I got a magnet connected to this. It's a magnet, right? Think about this, right? So when I'm here now, I'm gonna give it a little push. When I give it this first push, woof. Then we're gonna have the magnet is gonna pull this ball in here. When it's getting closer, click, it's gonna pull this ball. But then when it reaches this point, it's gonna wanna keep going down a little bit more. And when it goes down a little bit further, then the magnet is gonna catch the next ball coming through. Click. It's going to capture the magnetism, and then when it gets closer, it gets a little further, whoop, and the magnet is going to release that and catch the other one. So that's it. That's the perpetual motion machine. It will go on and on and on. I don't even know what do we need water in here. Let's get rid of the water. There you go. Would that work, Steve?
Well, No.
I didn't even show that to the audience. Let me just show the whole thing. I'm sorry, I wasn't showing that. Oops.
Well, there's a couple of things. Yeah, there's a couple of things.
Oh, it's
Even if
flashing,
you
I'm sorry.
even if you disconnect the generator, that fan would not continue to turn. You get it spinning and it might thump around for a little while, then stop. If you connect a generator, it'll stop even quicker. So you're not going to get any useful work that you can extract from it, and it's not going to run. That has been demonstrated ad infinitum.
Let me explain really quick, right? We got rid of the bucket of water. We got this. It's like a fan in cross shape. We got a cage around here, a small wiring system to hold the balls in place. The 4 balls. You got a magnet mounted in the base that is holding this machine. There's a chain hooked to the generator. And then you got this magnet pulling this ball over here. Click. When it grab the magnetism, it's going to be attracted. So it's going to come slightly this way. And then when it keep going down, it's going to release. And the magnet will capture the next ball over here. So this ball, it can go back and forward. Click, 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 click. There you go. That's the Perpetual machine. That was for the audience. That wasn't like...
How are you gonna keep the balls within a certain part of the cage in order for that to happen?
It will hit in the back of the fan and it will hit in the front of this wire.
Oh, okay.
Click, click. So it's gonna go back and forward, you know.
Label. I can't believe this is a sentence that I'm actually going to say. Can you label your balls, please?
Dude, this is a bad drawing, man.
I just want A, B, C, D.
Oh, okay.
It is a really bad drawing, but I can't do any better myself either, to be fair.
B, C, and D. So the magnet is capturing A, right? And when it keeps going...
Okay, no, we get it. So you can break the work of the system down into quarters, which would produce a cycle. So you just look at a quarter, and then you can calculate the forces and all the other on the 4 other bodies. So if A is being...
I'm going to try one more time. Slightly more visible.
I don't know, like a fan either.
Yeah.
I don't think you mean fan.
I mean, it's just simple. And then you got your 4 balls. A, B, C, and D. It's slightly bigger because you need a little bit of a...
So here you go. So the issue is, at the moment, it's a good example of this, because at the moment, B, the magnet is going to be pulling B up towards itself. But the problem is, it's also going to be pulling C, which is trying to get away, which is counteracting the forces that you want there. Not only that, you've got a balance issue in the fact that D is way too over, so you've got to calculate the force required to lift that at the far extents as well, which means the thing's already stopped at quarter of a cycle.
Stingray, this is the magnet, right? And the magnet is going to be in a position from here that is going to reach... This is going to be the reach of the magnet.
There is a way that you could make this work, Jose, and all it would need is a battery and a 2-core wire.
Let me do a quick shout out. Shout out to Nerd Alert for €2 super chat. You need to prepare your noble acceptance speech. Thank you very much. I will think of that and I will write something down. And we got a big super chat, $10 by Sean Smith. This money is for Jose's Perpetual Motion Machine. I'm sure Stingray is willing to throw in this great idea. Can't wait for the patent. Like and subscribe, people. Shout out to Sean Smith. Would you help me build this machine, Stingray?
Only if you help me build my rabbit dragon.
Oh, come on, man.
Well, Stingray can model it. You could at least model it, I think. No.
Shout out to RT96. He's been a member for 9 months. He says, News Network talk about the recent development in fusion, but are silent about Brian Leake's free energy generator. Why? Thank you, RT. Stingray. The magnet is not going to reach too much. So if we break this segment down in a smaller piece, we're gonna have this, right? We got the dark. We got this part of the fan joined with this part of the fan, and we got this.
Okay, another way that you could get this to work is you could simply find a material that inhibits a magnetic field, but requiring no energy.
Ooh.
That'd work.
That's a good idea. So this is gonna be looking like sort of, right? You got this is a wire type of thing, you know, a very smooth surface. So this ball is it can go left or can go right, you know. It can swivel back and forward. So when the fan, I give it a little push, the ball is gonna click, reach this side. So the ball is gonna be here. It's gonna be in the range of this magnet. The range of the magnet, which will be like this, like the magnet is way over there, right? And this is the range. So the magnet is gonna click, but then when the ball keep going down, it's in the magnet, but it's gonna be released. When it reaches somewhere around here, the ball is still in the right. But then we got the next one coming from here, going that way, that is going to be then right in the reach of this magnet at that point. When it releases here, it's going to grab the next one. And then it will continue to go right, all the way right.
So what's going to cause the ball to be released by that magnet then?
Just the movement, the momentum of the apparatus just moving, continuously moving. Whoop! I'm gonna push it down, so it's gonna be slowly moving down, and then it's gonna go cluck.
So it's purely by momentum that ball's going to be released then.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think, Stingray? Understand it now?
I must admit, this is beyond my capability to engage with, I'm afraid.
Oh man! Anybody in the chat box? They think it's a genius idea. Any thoughts? Anybody? Can a perpetual machine be made simpler than that example that I gave?
It can't be made.
This can't be made. It's the answer.
I have a theoretical idea for a perpetual motion machine, but it doesn't work, of course. But it's really hard to figure out why it won't work. So if you imagine two masses, like planet-sized balls of iron out in space somewhere isolated, connected by an ideal frictionless spring, that are bouncing back and forth towards each other, pulled by gravity and pushed away by a spring, why is that not a perpetual motion machine? It isn't, but the reason why is very hard to figure out.
I think the audience enjoyed my small presentation. Anybody want to present something and take the the bad taste of their of their watching experience? There you go, Stingray. Thank you for saving the day. See what you got. Oh shit! That's the mouse. Down to I'm not even looking because I gotta drop something. And I'm making a mess. Is this a real airplane? I cannot even differentiate the real life versus this.
Jose, I think I find something similar to your machine. Very similar.
Really?
On YouTube, yeah. Hang on, I'll post it. It's not quite the same, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've seen the one that you found. I think multiple people. Yeah, I think multiple people have done that same one.
Yeah, where will I post it, Jose? Debate text or
Daily Boom Live?
Daily Boom Live.
Yeah. Well, when in the live show, post the goodies over here.
Daily Boom Live. Where is that?
Why don't we have 18 thumbs up? Maybe we got more, and I gotta refresh my page. But we need more people to hit that like button.
There's another one. I forgot to do that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very
much. There you go. That's the one I found. It's kind of similar to what you're describing, from what I can tell.
Good.
Not quite the same, I don't think, but nearly.
Yeah, close, similar, right? I'm sharing Stinger. I'm trying to. My computer just took a crap and it's very slow.
That's not the exact one that I thought. Actually, yeah, I think that is closer than the one I was thinking of.
Right.
Shout out to Gina Genesis. Gina is good peeps. People troll her a lot in the chat box, even though I think Gina is more of a flat earther than she laid out to be, but she's alright. She's cool. She doesn't, she's here to hang out and say hi and what's up to people. It's good. She's not here for the argument, she's here for the entertainment, and that's appreciated, Gina. I wish Gary Webenga was like that and be here for the entertainment and not for the argument. But I like Gary's argument when he's got an argument to make. Wait, is that ever a case?
No.
Shut fire, Gary. You ever have an argument to make? Damn.
Well, not a valid one. So what's this, a drug run or something then?
This is Puerto Rico. And yes, I'm on a drug run. No, there's a problem. I don't know why, but my throttle's not responding, so this is just a very slow decline to death.
Yeah.
It's gonna hit the trees.
Yeah.
No good.
Yeah, I don't know why my throttles weren't working then. That's pretty odd. But that was Puerto Rico.
Very nice.
I'll tell you what.
I didn't even notice. Yeah, there you go.
Oh. There he goes.
Someone's watching it on YouTube. Rather than
behind
the live. So wait a minute. I'm going to fly over. I'm guessing you're on this bit, Jose.
Yeah, go a little bit closer. Yeah. To the left. Yeah.
I'm going to fly over this bit in something else.
Put my glasses.
Oh, what shall I fly on? I'll just have that. That's on it. There we go.
Let me oh man, let me put my glasses on so I can see the writing. Yeah, it's close enough. No, I want to clarify something. Gina Genesis, I'm giving you shout outs and all the benefit of the doubt, but are you here to steal my perpetual motion idea? If that's the case, I'll kick you out. I'll boot your ass out of here. Shit. Don't do it.
You need to patent it right now, Jose.
Yeah, man.
You know that drawing you did in plain paint. Just submit that to the patent office as it is.
Yeah. I like that. And then voice to text when I was explaining it, voice to text in a paper, and that goes that's the paper what I was explaining, and then the drawings.
Yeah.
That's the blueprint. Yeah, I like it.
Come on, somebody's going to bounce them out the rising sun going daka.
Yeah, the transcript is good. There you go. You see that? You see how flat? See how flat Florida is? Nothing there.
Oh, don't say that, please.
Just a couple houses, buildings, and trees popping up, and no mountains, no valleys, no hills, nothing. It's like in the middle of a freaking. How do you call a pond? Not a pond, a lagoon, freaking. Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah. Nothing in Florida there. Nothing prominent to pop out of the earth. It's flat. Dude, they can go on the water, man. I think if the water raises 100 feet, the whole Florida is gone. 100 feet is a lot.
100 feet is a lot.
Fucking A. The whole thing be done. Unless you're in the top of the condominium. And then when you're up there in the top of the condominium, you run out of groceries and food from the fridge. You gotta eat it fast because it's gonna be spoiled. It's gonna be no energy. So you're gonna be only one story. When you look at it's all water, You better have your fishing equipment like handy, because that's the only thing you can eat, I guess. If not, you're screwed, you know. Is that fair to say? Is that a way to survive, farmer's boy? Go in the top of a condominium when everything gets flooded, and then just eat all your food and then go fishing from your window.
So, but if you get the time, you're just better off heading to proper higher ground, aren't you?
I don't think your condominium will be high enough with 100 feet. Might not be high enough.
Oh, there's 30 floor, 30 floor somewhere in here. There's one. 30 floors is a lot. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be more than high enough, yeah.
Yeah.
But to
then,
raise sea level by 100 feet, oh boy, that takes some doing.
so you want to go to higher ground? How are you gonna go? You're gonna build a raft from materials from your house, I guess, with a sofa and the mattresses.
You mean it's suddenly in an instant going to flood 100 feet?
Yes. You're gonna whoop. You're flooded.
Yeah. Thank God that's not actually going to happen. But hey.
Well, what if
what? Oh God, not what if again. Christ. What if we all turned into frogs?
We're frogs.
There you go. It's not going to happen, is it? But what if? What if all flat earthers suddenly came to their senses and became valued members of society?
Oh, wait a minute. That's a big jump, that. Members of society, yeah, I agree. Not valued, Jesus Christ. That's
pushing it a bit.
I was just going too far, wasn't I? Sorry, I was being stupid. Oh dear.
Do I need a fishing license to fish if that happens? Like, nobody's gonna ask me for if I'm legal to fish or not. How about a fishing license?
A fishing license. Oh God.
To work in my Perpetual machine for the fishing energy.
Oh, you need fishing licenses over here.
Well, it depends on where you're fishing, though, doesn't it? Not all places, rivers and things like that, you need a license.
You need a license over here in Florida, like everywhere.
Just depends. It depends on the what council area, at least over here, anyway.
Over here for residents of Florida, it's a free license. Like from the shore, like from the salt water in shore everywhere. I think the regular water, river water and lakes, you don't. I think you gotta pay like $10 a month.
In England and Wales, you need a rod fishing license if you're fishing for salmon, trout, freshwater fish, smelt, or eel.
Ah, no, that's the.
Where's
so by
Disneyland?
and large, yes, you do. You need a fishing license.
Hold on. What is what, Stingray?
Disneyland.
That little lake.
Little lake.
It's a big lake.
Yeah. So Orlando International Airport's there, and it's quite. Is Disneyland's?
That's Orlando. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Well,
yeah, that's far from it.
Get one of those flying boats and then land on the lake.
Oh, that's piss. Well, maybe it isn't. I don't know.
But that's actually a big lake, man, to do observations. It's just too far. Hours and
Hello. What the hell was that thing we just saw? Look, military and sci-fi.
Halo thing. Oh, I'll tell you what.
I thought that was a dropship out of aliens. Oh, how disappointing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Wait a minute. There is something here. Let's do jets. Yes, we're on about curvature of the Earth, are we? In a flight simulator. I know. Let's set this as the departure and fly this thing.
God, you're a nerd.
What?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And what's wrong with
it's the concept aircraft out of Top Gun, the Dark Star or whatever they call it.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Right, boosting up. Ramjet not even on yet.
Because you always design a fighter aircraft that doesn't have glass directly in front of the pilot. Yeah.
I want to shout out for the audience. Thank you for watching. 40 people watching. 25 likes. Hit the like button.
Now look at that.
Anybody want to hit me up on PayPal? There's a link pinned in the YouTube chat box or super chat.
Go on to full afterburner. Go on.
No, well, no,
That's
it's the
the
ram.
turbo
Ram.
switch. Oh,
there's
fine.
no afterburner in this. It's not a turbojet. It's a ramjet. But I'm at 83,000 feet, and I can see curvature.
Yep.
83,000 feet.
In a flight simulator, there is curvature.
CGI.
Yeah, just a bit.
It's CGI.
Yeah.
Alright.
Of course it is. It's a game.
It's a simulator, yeah.
It's a
Of course it's
simulator
CGI.
game, whatever. Yeah.
I still want to find it. Disneyland.
That is the sort of view that U2 pilots enjoy as well, because they fly not completely unadjacent to that sort of altitude.
Are you going higher?
Yeah.
That must be a scramjet then.
Yeah, but my thrust is falling very fast now. I'm still at Mach 3.72, but it's.
You're
even for a scramjet, you're running out of air. Yeah.
Yeah, you ran out of airspeed as well. You're gonna stall soon.
No, that's multiplied on the left, by the way. It's not.
No, I know.
It's
I'm aware. I'm aware you're not at 200 feet. Yeah, it's all right.
No, 200 knots. Yeah.
All right.
Knots.
Yes, nautical miles an hour.
So we got miles for the ground, nautical miles for the water, and knots for the air.
Yeah, that's interesting. That knots for the air, because it's not like you could knot a rope up and throw it out the window.
It's the same letters, right? K and O T.
Try not to run out of airspeed and ideas all at the same time, okay?
Shout out to Blue.
Well,
I have a
Why
question
aren't you
here.
nosing down to keep up with the curve of the Earth?
I don't know, farmers or Stingray. Maybe you can help me. What's the difference between a ramjet and a scramjet? Or are there such a thing?
Well, obviously what is it? 2 letters difference, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, it's there is a slight difference in how they work.
This is boring, actually. I'm going to change to something else and find Disneyland.
Damn, go to Clearwater Beach. That'll be better.
Why don't you find Disneyland in that?
Because I'm traveling at Mach 3.7 minimum. And obviously, it's going to slow up the more atmosphere I encounter closer to the ground. But still, I want to fly around it, not.
Does they have details? Like if you go closer, you can see specific houses and buildings and stuff.
Yes, no. Your house would be on here. Your estate would be on here. Everything would be on here. It should be.
You want to do a flyby the Unclothed Key Lighthouse? I can tell you kind of.
Why? Where's that?
To the left, up.
Down, you mean?
Yeah, down, closer. You see that little strip in the left-hand side, like a little strip of land? Higher. Little higher. No, higher. Yeah, that's Clearwater Beach. That's a little higher, like a separated. That one. The Unclothed Key is in that one little body of land.
Oh, somewhere here on this bit.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll have a look then.
And it's a small lighthouse, like 100 foot. 100 foot, like, and it's very close. Actually, you get flooded down to the base. Sometimes it's very shallow land where it's sitting at.
I'm in a very slow aircraft, actually, so this might take a while.
Closer down, and see, yeah.
Thank you, Martin. He has very simply explained it. A ramjet, the air going into it is slowed down to subsonic speed and then ignited. In a scramjet, it isn't. The air is going through the engine at supersonic speed.
Okay, I think I missed. I think it's in the next one. Yeah. The next little land ahead of that one. Sorry, Blue.
Ram is supersonic combustion ramjet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's similar to a ramjet. It just operates in a slightly different way.
Operates in a supersonic region.
Yeah.
The German V1 bomb in World War II was a ramjet.
That was that was a pulse jet, wasn't it?
Pulse jet, yeah. About the same as a ramjet.
Made that familiar buzzing noise.
Yeah.
Because I think that did actually have the flaps inside, didn't it? Because you can build a pulse jet with no moving parts whatsoever. And that is a ramjet then, isn't it?
That thing had shutters in it that opened and closed.
We're getting close, Stingray.
Stingray,
I'm 50% sure that is in this one, look like sideways. If not, I'm 50% sure that is in the one ahead of that one, just in front of that one.
I should have brought, with your sense of direction, I should have bought a jet, because this thing is going to take forever to...
He's getting there. Yeah, I'm not sure, I'm not sure if the lighthouse is in that one right underneath it, where it's touching, or the one ahead. I think it's the one that is going, straight ahead.
I better descend. I better descend properly, or else Blue will bloody get onto me. I shouldn't point the nose towards the ground. That's not the way to descend an aircraft.
No, I heard from a reliable flat Earth source that you have to tip the nose down to land.
Mm-hmm.
Have you Blue? Have you tried any of these flight simulators, the modern ones, like this type of VR and stuff?
No, I haven't.
Well, they're old school, like flying simulators when you did your piloting.
Yeah, we had a practice simulator that you could do instrument approaches and stuff with, but for the most part, it's so unrealistic. I never did care to mess with it.
And definitely, that is not what the lighthouse is in the one ahead, right there. You probably, if you want to try to crash on it, it's going to be flying very low, but maybe. He's piloting the plane. Is that a NASA plane? You can remotely fly it. Shout out to Gina Genesis, who became a member. Responsible troll. Hey. Thank you, Gina Genesis, for being a responsible troll. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Heck yeah. See that green stripe that go on the water a lot, and people walk like from little land to land, like Jesus walking in the water. For real. People walk along all that edge.
What are you doing? The flaps down.
And you look from far away in boat to go, what the? That guy walking on water? Yeah, that's very shallow there. Foot or two of water.
Blue, what do you think I was looking around the cabin for? There's no flaps lever, so I'm thinking, oh, it's one of these digital things or something where you... But I can't find it.
Shout out to a bunch of people here on Discord. Thank you for coming in, man. I've been very... I don't know. I wasn't here on Saturday. I wasn't here on Sunday either. I should have been on Sunday, but just something showed up. But yeah, I'm going to try to be more steady like this, having my show. Back again, live, like it should be. It should be daily. Not weekly boom or monthly boom, Shit.
Yeah.
It's live, Stevie B. You caught it. We're approaching slowly but surely to a small lighthouse in Clearwater, in Florida. Not in Clearwater, just in Florida, in the West Coast, and we are approaching it right now. I don't know. This is a very specific task and mission that we have been assigned to, and Stingray is he's doing it. He's going for it. Good. Yeah. We gotta start seeing this very soon, like in that green patch. We better see our goal, our target. Are you gonna miss it? Is it even here? Yeah, it should be here. That's right. What?
What's that over there in the distance? Some really tall building.
No, that's a power plant, electric.
Crystal River steam plant's what it is.
Electric power plant. What the fuck is the lighthouse? Did I miss it? No, dude, no.
Hell, fly over there. I built some of that shit.
It's the lighthouse. Oh man. I'm so ashamed that it's supposed to be here.
You lost, Jose?
I'm lost in my own backyard. There's a bunch of these little land chunks over here.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna find it, Jose. I really don't.
Nope, I don't think. Son of a bitch. Yeah, we're gonna look that up on the Google Maps, bro. I can't let it go. It's gotta be here. So you know where you were when I mean, yeah, I'm gonna share my screen. He's gonna be there, bro. Know how we missed it? Oh fuck. I'm ashamed and disappointed that we didn't reach our destination because of my directions. I'm really sorry. Make Stingray waste so much time here, man.
I was in a slow aircraft, so I could visit Disneyland, and you're getting me to search for some non-existent bloody lighthouse that no one gives a shit about. I'm going back to look for
Carl
Disneyland.
Christopher Song is being a responsible troll. Carl is being a responsible troll for 9 months. Wasn't Brian about a perpetual machine-free energy? Yes, he was for
Yes,
the
he was.
longest. Man, yes, he was.
Yeah,
Indeed.
he was wrong about that. This is hard.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. Me, Blue, and Rumpus have got shares in that company, haven't we, Blue?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
I stopped screen sharing you for a second, Stingray. I just want to find that spot where like what I told you to be.
I'm searching. I'm using Google Maps to find Disneyland now. So
Okay, so I had a Stingray flew over this one. He flew over this one. I told him he was here, and yeah, I was far away. Yeah, I told him to fly over this one. He flew over this one and he landed here, if I'm not mistaken. Or did you go past this one because he's here? The lighthouse is. Look, I already got it pointed at. It's a small lighthouse. See? So did we came to like way out and we didn't see it and then you landed over here, or did you land it in the previous one?
oh, I can't remember now. Maybe it doesn't have that lighthouse. Maybe it doesn't have it.
Maybe it doesn't have it because I think you flew over here. You see this one? I told you, a little sideways is the one next to it, and this is the lighthouse right here to the right. Yep. Oh well, I knew it was there somewhere. Small one. There's a couple like houses or buildings type of things here. Let me do a quick street view of this, and then we go. Let's see what we got. Oh, he's got that 3D bullshit. No. Oh, there's one I can click in here. Ay, damn it! Stop. Hate this. Oh, it doesn't show on the screen share. Son of a bitch. Because it's a. Oh well. Yep. Good times, man. There you go. I'll stop screen sharing again. Yeah, where is Brian Leakey? Brian Leakey had a perpetual motion machine idea, and he just never came back to it. Blue, is it possible have anybody ever created a perpetual motion machine? By that I mean something small, simple, table size, something small. I'm not saying a gigantic apparatus.
Nope. It is not possible.
It's not possible with cogs and wheels and balls and magnets and stuff.
Nope.
What?
Sorry.
Not possible.
Closest thing we got is orbits.
Okay, let me. Who share somebody this link? Matt. He found something similar to what I was explaining. I haven't seen it, but I hope that this will just get off. Let's see. See, look at that. I actually, let me see. Strong magnet set in the open slot between sides of the wheel attracts something. All right. A magnetic is supposed to draw the ball to one side of the center to make whatever. Okay.
Well, for a machine to be perpetual motion, it has to be at least 100% efficient, and nothing can be 100% efficient.
No.
And if you want any usable power out of it, it has to be more than 100% efficient.
Mm. Yeah, this is not exactly because this one has one ball in the rotating in the base. My idea had the balls in each of these slabs, like click, click. You know, that will when it comes to closer to this side, it will create the motion, you know, a little faster, and then then the next ball will come in and click and grab into the magnet. See, something like that similar. So it does it screw down, duct tape down, and that's it. That will never stop, right? If you just leave that there. Oh well, once you give it the first push and it starts going. You just gotta Velcro it down. Stingray, there you go. Your perpetual motion machine.
I found Disneyland and the Epcot Center. I'm all right. I'm fine.
Blue, do you concur or not? Not a perpetual motion machine, this one?
I don't think so.
All right.
Orbits are the closest thing you got. That goes for a really long time.
There's one here shared by GP Larry. Oh, did I take it out? Where is it? Oh,
So
this
Blue,
is
putting magnets in a circle and then just leaving them there. Is there energy being put in? Making a full loop.
No.
Nothing coming out either.
But they're holding? They're holding and there's a measurable field around the magnet.
Yeah.
There's nothing being put in and nothing coming out.
That's basically the fact.
All right. So nothing's being created, nothing's being destroyed. It's just staying as is.
No work is being done.
No work is being done. But they're still connecting to each other, pulling into each other.
Well, by that
You know,
mechanism, you'd say that glue is perpetual motion.
Yes, now you're on to something.
Are we learning today? What's up, no thanks?
Is that Picasso or is that you, Jose?
I'm sorry?
Is that Picasso or is it you?
That's
the drawing.
Me. That's
the model.
Yeah, don't steal it, anybody. This is the model of my perpetual motion machine.
You could probably put this as an art exhibition, don't you think?
Yes, indeed. And if you see something else besides a perpetual motion machine with instructions, then you're pareidolia. No thanks. Is it possible? A machine that continuously moves forever and ever once it starts?
Blue says no. Anything is
Physics
possible.
says no.
But I didn't ask what Blue think or state. I'm asking you what you think, what you say.
Yeah, is the unknown possible? Yeah, of course, yeah.
No, I didn't ask you about the known. I asked you about a perpetual motion machine. Is it possible?
Anything's possible, yeah.
So a perpetual motion machine is possible.
Possible. Don't let them stop you.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna work into it. You wanna help me out? You wanna draw a few blueprints, if you.
I have some. We'll collab on this, right?
Yeah,
but even if a pure perpetual motion machine is not achievable, to stop and be like, well, to stop and think that that's not now it's not a viable option for energy to supply, the heating and cooling, etc., is awful. That's just an awful idea. How perpetual is natural gas? I mean, if you use it, you're done.
What are your thoughts on, let's say, an example that is happening right now? The Stingray is playing a flight simulator. And this, I say, and I'm very happy with saying that it confirms with reality because it got, the surface of the Earth mapped out very decently and via computer program. Is that fair that a computer program can represent reality in a way or another?
Like Bitcoin mining. Is that what you're saying? Like a perpetual zeros and ones, always having a remainder.
No, this is different. This is different. I don't talk about the topic. We're talking about a flight simulator, a different topic of the perpetual motion machine. We got a airplane flying over the surface of the Earth. The surface of the Earth has to be mapped and put into a computer program game type of thing. Is that good that the surface of the Earth has to be mapped and is very well known to make it into a game and a simulator?
A video game.
Make it into a simulator representing reality. Is that a yes?
Yeah, it's a video game.
But is this video game representing reality? That's I think the key question right here.
Yeah, it's representing reality. Yeah.
Very good. Because the surface of the Earth has been mapped very accurately. I think that's
in that video. In the video game, or
in reality.
Oh.
And that information is being input into the game to make it, instead of made of raw reality out of video, is made out of computer. Out of.
I mean, is there any refraction in this video game, or is that just like a myth?
I don't think there is any reflection in this video game.
So yeah, it probably does accurately represent reality more than most would think. No refraction needed in this video game.
So it's like reality, no refraction in reality.
I mean, why would they skip over refraction?
Because it doesn't make that much of a difference. And there is refraction in this. There's a refraction shader on the afterburners and the jet engines, but it doesn't make a difference to the shape of the planet.
The mapped surface of the Earth, I think, is the point here.
Yeah.
I have heard a lot of people saying the surface of the Earth hasn't been accurately mapped, or not known.
So this map is showing like a globe in this video game?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go far enough.
So without refraction, then it's a flat Earth.
Refraction
reality.
Refraction.
We have
the magnitude of stop. The magnitude of refraction doesn't change something from flat to globe. That's not what refraction does. The shape of the planet does that. Refraction alters it probably 0.5 of a degree over 90 miles. So no, except in extreme cases where wait a minute, give me a sec. Oh balls. Oh no, I'm all right. Yep.
What happened? Your gyroscope forgot to flip upside down when you went over the North Pole?
Yeah.
In the video game.
This is very local. It's flying very local to specific places on Earth.
Why would a gyroscope flip upside down?
Yeah. So something that is fixed in 3D space.
Then you spun it, you left the South Pole, you went to the North Pole. As soon as you passed it, it flipped upside down, right? That's why you're panicking just now, or no?
No, that's not what a gyro would do.
What is he talking about? Why would a gyroscope flip over when you go over the pole or south?
I don't know. Why would it?
You suggested it.
So if I went from the South Pole, right, and I went all the way up, I set my gyroscope, right, spun it up, went all the way around the North Pole back to the South Pole, it would never change the orientation, it would just stay level.
Does it have pendulous vanes?
Asking. Or the pendulous vanes?
No, that's the question to you. You want to know if it's going to flip over? No, it doesn't?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No.
It's not an aviation gyro. Probably would flip over.
There you go.
There's a lot of other forces about it.
Yeah, so without the pendulous vanes, you're saying it would flip over?
It would follow the change in the Earth's surface.
Well, his video game forgot refraction. Maybe it forgot the veins. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what he was freaking out about.
He was freaking out because he was about to crash.
Oh yeah, no, that was it. Yeah, I was gonna crash.
He was going down faster because gravity and his trajectory had made a nexus, which was bad.
I would already have punched out if I was in there with that idiot.
Have you ever tried flying a simulator in the fjords? You ever tried like a place in west coast of Norway called Geiranger? You got it there, but you can fly below the mountain peaks and down by the sea. It's quite narrow. You should try that once.
Very much.
That was Mount Rainier, by the way, but that was just climbed up.
I thought that's what that was.
Where's the shadow?
Now, what would you expect refraction to do to what you have to do as a pilot? That's to our Fleur friend.
Doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah, because I mean, where it's most significant is far away from, and you don't typically fly to the horizon.
I got a quick question for Stingray about flying, about math. Maybe also for Blue and others who are not math illiterate like I am. If you put this flight simulator, if you want to fly only 69 miles from point A to point B, and you want to take an hour, let me see, wait, an hour.
That plane's gonna fall out of the sky.
An hour to fly 69 miles from point A to point B. How long for you to go around the Earth, the whole Earth, if you're only flying 69 miles every hour?
360 hours. Yeah, 360.
Yeah. Well, that's not it. That's not the math I was thinking about. So what? Fuck! I'm stutter when I cannot process my my questions. If you wanna fly around the Earth, that it take you 24 hours from the same point that you live till you reach the same point in the 24 hours mark. What is the span of land? What is the amount of miles or whatever you gotta fly every hour?
1,024.
The equator, yes. But in the northern hemisphere, in northern Norway, or up in Svalbard, you
Roughly around the equator, roughly in the bigger part, roughly around the equator or whatever, or across like north to south or something like.
Just as a curiosity, if you follow the sun in the winter time in close to the North Pole, you can fly at more or less the exact same speed as the sun is traveling.
So why?
So.
So what amount of land miles or nautical miles you gotta fly every hour?
Roughly
I cannot think. 1,000 and something.
1,024.
Really? So 1,024 times. Let me see. Calculator. Calculador.
Plus a few miles because you're above the surface.
So 1,024. Oh wait, I'm not typing. 1,024 times 24. That will be roughly the circumference of the Earth. Okay. If I only want to fly. Okay. Well, thank you. Dude, that's a lot. That's big. Big distance. 1,000 miles per hour. You got to cover 1,000 miles per hour. If you want to go if you want to take off in one point of the Earth and come all the way around, in order to make it in a 24 hours, if you want to make the trip in 24 hours, you got to go 1,000 miles per hour. So you can make it in a regular plane going at 500 miles per hour. It's going to take you 48 hours to go around the Earth, non-stop, refueling mid-air and going constant speed. Holy shit. Am I right?
Yep.
Very
Except
good.
it's going to take you a couple of hours during refuel where you'll be going slower than 1,000 miles an hour. Because I don't do refuels at 1,000 miles an hour.
All right, but theoretically keeping the same speed. Yeah.
God. Caution, avoid turbulence.
Yeah, and eliminating every factor of drags and air, air currents and shit. Now we go into La La Land right here. Timothy say that he's time out and he doesn't know why, and he's calling me Planar Walk. What? Planar Walk looks like a girl with Elton John's heart glasses on him. What? Strange.
If they tied a string to the moon and brought it all the way to Earth, you could just coast around the Earth and just drag it through the atmosphere about 1,000 miles an hour.
Damn, shout out to Anamorphic Mind. Harsh visual. No thanks. Does the math make sense? To go around the Earth, if you travel 1,000 miles of distance every hour, you can go around the Earth in 24 hours. That is a fact right there. Do you concur with that? Do you agree with that? Maybe Gary Webbing want to tell us why he think he doesn't.
And it's been done in the 40-hour time frame with commercial jets. What did one more orbit do it in?
How fast does the Saraluns fly? If there's such thing called Saraluns. You gotta specify, what do you mean by Saraluns? The NASA weather balloon project, or are you talking about something else? I guess, right? People change the name to Saraluns.
Well, I don't think there's any consistent jet stream that'll keep you at a given speed, so I think the fastest is like 200 and change. But that would be for relatively short durations and only limited areas.
Now, Mojak, let's talk about planets.
Yes.
When was Pluto introduced as a planet? Was it 60, 70 years ago? Or was it more? Longer?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm thinking that's turn of the century, but
What do you think? What do you say, Blue? Was it like 60 or 70 years ago? I didn't Google. I try to avoid to Google this thing just off the top of my head to know. I don't think it's 100 years. It's less.
No, well, it's something like 90 years ago. Or
Okay, yeah.
1930.
So close to 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And then it was short-lived because it has been demoted within the past decade as a planet, not a actual planet anymore.
Yeah.
So there was 8, then there was 9, then back to 8.
Well, just because they changed the definition of what a planet is.
I was going to ask a silly question because now it's not a thing that you got all information that is going to teach you that Pluto is a planet, because right now it's online, everything is there, and schools, I guess, is more online than actual physical books. So back in my days, in your days, it was books what told you the information. So if that change would have been made 40 years ago, you wouldn't been either, they commission those books or keep teaching that information, I guess, right?
I'm not sure what you mean.
you've been taught about the planets in first, second, third grade, and if Pluto will be demoted, I don't know if the teacher will make an asterisk because the kids will be confused. Like, is it a planet or not?
Yeah, well, there was, they would have had no reason to do that. But, as technology improves and you find out that there are actually rocks out there as big as or bigger than Pluto in that same region, all of a sudden now you got a quandary, okay? You can't just be Pluto, you got to add some more planets.
So I think we are actually, all of us, lucky that we didn't go through that in school. There's something like Pluto was demoted as a planet, and then you still got it on book as a planet.
Pluto was a planet when I was in school.
No, it was always. I say that's why that we didn't have to go through that when something has been changed. It's already in books for the longest time. It's been taught for the longest time, and then it's been changed. We are lucky we are not in that generation because books are not used common as before.
Wait, it's harder when you're older. What are you talking about?
But there's computers, there's internet. That information can be in a book, but you can find it more accessible on the internet everywhere. If you wanted to look for that information, if it happened in the 80s or 70s, it's harder to find those information unless you buy the new books. If they just pull a new book, you just get a new book out.
But young people adapt quickly. I'm old. Can't tell me Pluto is not a planet. It was always a planet. Why suddenly it's not a planet?
It's definitely not classified as a planet anymore. And to Blue's point, it's because there'd be something like 37 planets in our solar system now that would fit a planet definition if Pluto is a planet.
No, I'm not afraid of big numbers.
Oh, I am. The Stingray, can you fly in Pluto, around Pluto?
No.
You fly around the moon?
No.
Can you make it? Can you make an add-on to fly in planets?
No.
You don't have that simulator to fly around planets?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't fly around the moon. I couldn't. Well, yeah, no. This is based on, there's two types of physics simulator for flight on a computer. One is where the flight model is based. Let me get above the cloud so I don't concentrate. One is where the flight model is based on actual flight characteristics with key points, and the other way is actually with surface air simulation over a rigid body surface. This is the former. So it's an atmospheric flight model in this. I'm in Norway, I think. I might not be now, actually. I don't know. I thought it was.
What would Kerbal be?
Well, it's a. Does Kerbal have air characteristics? Like, can you put fins on it and do stuff that way?
I think it does because you have when it's trying to simulate launch to space. So I think they have space planes and shuttles and stuff like that in it.
How about Planet X? Did we talk about Planet X? What is Planet X?
What would Planet X be anymore? I mean, there used to be a theory that there could be a duplicate Earth on the opposite side of our orbit that we could never see because the sun was always in the way. But now we've been there.
No, Planet X is the source planet for all of terrestrial porn.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's where the Pornhub servers are.
It's coming anytime now, man. Planet X is gonna make its appearance in the sky anytime now. Anytime now. I'm looking up to see it. Anytime now, Planet X.
Jesus, it's this damn thing coming with air sickness bags. Because I'm gonna need one in a minute if you keep this up.
Oh man.
I gotta say, Microsoft Simulator has changed quite a bit in 20 years since I last saw it.
Just a bit.
Planet X is where Rule 34 was born. What is Rule 34? Man, I'm so oblivious to things. Thor Casey says that there's a fun fact about Planet X. And the X-Men come from there also. That's another fun fact about Planet X.
Can you find a farm with cattle on it?
No, yeah, you can find African wildlife like elephants and giraffes and shit like that.
Can you hit them?
I haven't tried, and I wouldn't want to in an F-18 Hornet either, really.
Well, I mean, not like in real life, but in the simulator, I've always got to crash into whatever's there.
For those who didn't know what Rule 34 is the rule following Rule 33. And I think also Rule 34 is that the man must never own a cat. That's Rule 34.
No.
Oh, we got some smart people here. I got a question for them in the chat. Let's see if I can set that up. I got to put a post in. If I can find where chat is. What room are we in? D-Boom? Daily Boom?
Live. Daily Boom Live. Post it in the YouTube chat box too, man. Planet X. Is there any right now, right? Is there any planet like an egg, you know, like it's got a hard shell, a hard atmosphere, and then it's soft inside, like plasma or some material? Can that planet exist?
A newly formed planet.
Whoa, it's like an egg.
Yeah, it's got a thin shell around the outside and molten center.
How do you come up with that? You just made it up?
That's how accretion happens. At least that's how the current model is. Lots of meteorites keep on hitting, then that stops, and the heat starts to cool down, and the surface cools first.
I call bullshit.
Okay.
I never seen that explanation as in the actual model. That the planets are, like can be associated with eggs, like hard shell and soft inside.
Really, when you think about the shell on the Earth, it's not that thick. And we even have a yolk. All right, my question is, if I'm on this rocket here, cruising along, and I got this crack team of commandos here trying to shoot this cat, and they're traveling at this speed, can they shoot the cat?
The bullet will never reach the cat. Or wait. But they are inside a tube, inside an apparatus. So yeah, they can kill the cat at the first bullet. Because they are traveling both the same speed, and then now you add the bullet, the fire.
Right, but that bullet has to exceed the speed of light to get to the cat.
It doesn't. It's already going at the speed of light.
No, it was just under the speed of light.
It's maintaining, the speed of light. It's
No, it's
maintaining under the speed of light, and then when you shoot, because you are inside, more like locked. How do you say, like the moon with the earth? Tiger locked, cat locked, whatever locked you call it. Yeah, you can fire. You can run.
I've seen lots of explanations that say that nothing can progress faster than that. So if I was like 1 mile an hour less than the speed of light, my bullet could move no more than 1 mile per hour.
Who told you that?
I don't know. I saw that in a lot of Quora posts.
Doesn't make sense. It breaks the rules of physics. Like if you're in a train and the train is going 1,000 miles per hour, and you want to throw a tomato to the face of the clown in the end of the train thing, you can throw the tomato and it will reach him. It will smack him in the face.
Right, but that bullet would have to exceed the speed of light in order to accomplish that.
No, why would it?
No, I don't think.
What's the difference speed between the cat and the
Zero.
Zero, exactly.
So you can again accelerate to the speed of light.
No, this would pass the speed.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
Okay, why not? Because I mean,
Why not?
reference
Because
to
it's
space.
relative. Because it's relative.
Chag
Yeah,
versus Moyok.
For me, it would look like the bullet's not moving. It's like it will take ages for it to reach the cat. For you, it will hit it right away.
So I can shoot cats on a spacecraft traveling at the speed of light.
Freely, if there are cats there.
Oh man.
I wanted to really make sure he was dead, so I had 4 different types of weapons.
Yeah, I would recommend not using weapon inside the spacecraft, but yeah.
All right. Anybody else have any other opinions on this?
There's no opinions. There are
Blue Marble?
formulas. How you add a velocity?
Let somebody else comment, Chag, and then we go back to it because I think me and you, Chag, we are in the same boat. I think we agree with it will. I mean, because it's already going. We already got our point out. Anybody else have a comment on this and you think it will work like Mojok say or like Chag says?
Come
Both
on, you
are in a
bastards.
capsule. Both the cat and the person is in a capsule, going at almost the speed of light.
When you say going almost the speed of light, you need to say relative to what?
I always have a problem with that also. I mean, yeah, that's true. But whenever they talk about space has to expand to get planets to move faster than the speed of light away from us. Now, I guess you could almost like you have two things moving relative to each other. You can be going, half the, or you can go the speed of light, so you can almost get 2 times the speed of light in opposite directions.
Can we do it? Can we do it? Let's do it. Round it up to the speed of light. There's a capsule going at a speed of light. Inside that capsule, there's a cat in one end. There's a man with a rock in the other end. This man throw a rock to the cat, and the rock can hit the cat because remember the capsule is going at the speed of light, and these 2 entities are inside it. Big Blue, what are your thoughts?
Well, if it's Schrodinger's cat, you have to both shoot it and not shoot it simultaneously.
Yeah, we going somewhere else here. Will it be a difference going at 500 miles per hour in a capsule versus going at the speed of light?
I mean, now, so taking that argument, if I was to take the end off of that rocket and shoot out into space, then my projectile could be approaching another body, like let's say I'm flying towards Earth at the speed of light, and I fire it, it will now be moving towards the Earth faster than the speed of light.
You're missing the relativistic thing. So you got two metrics. If you say, well, you have to be able to measure speed, and for speed you need time. Now time is also affected when you increase velocity.
True.
So yeah, when people are asking you relative to what, really important.
So then you say I could shoot that cat though.
I weren't listening to the rest of the thing. I just heard that last sentence. Sorry.
All right. According to my picture at 2:45, can I shoot? Oh, you're flying. That's why you're not looking.
Yeah. And I don't know where my speed brakes are. I don't know landing brakes. I don't know what reverse thrust is. So pretty screwed, if you know what I mean.
Well, the penalty for fucking up in this is not that high.
Nah.
All right, we need somebody that haven't commented. Larry, I know you've been listening. What do you think?
100.
There's a capsule going. Larry, no. Who want to comment? Tinker, maybe the Fred, Stefan, Nestle Wipes, Sean Smith, Peter G. Those who haven't commented about this yet. And maybe Blue didn't finish kind of giving an answer. What does he think? Will the rock reach a cat? There's a capsule going at a speed of light, traveling at a speed of light. Inside this capsule is one man in the left, one cat in the right. This man throws a rock at a cat. Will this rock hit the cat? Dun, 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 dun. I say
It's
yes.
basically all it boils down to is reference frames. If you were in the shuttle, well, you can't travel at the speed of light because there's too many problems there, time dilations and stuff like that. But if you say you could travel at speed of light inside the cap, you could shoot it. But for an outside observer, the bullet would take forever to reach the cat or the rock.
Oh.
Right, but I'm only talking about the people in there. You know, they're shooting the cat or throwing the rock at the cat.
You're oblivious. What's the first postulate of
Hold on, Chike. Hold on, Chike. Blue is gonna give it the right answer here. He's gonna give us a better answer. Go ahead, Blue.
The speed of light is the same in all reference frames.
No, this is second.
Huh?
First one is
all
those.
I didn't know what you said, so you go for it.
I asked what was the first.
Chike, you hijack Blue. You hijack Blue, Chike. Let him finish his thought. Let him
No,
process.
I think it's complementary. I asked what's the first postulate of Einstein in special relativity.
Fat Larry Bird don't approve. Oh, I need a drink.
Oh man, you chased Blue away.
I let you guys take the floor for a few minutes. I'll be back. I'm gonna take a piece.
Did you have a question for me?
Yes, at 2:45, I posted an image. I have a spaceship flying at the speed of light. Don't care how I got to that speed. I'm going that fast. And on board that spaceship, there's a crap team of commandos sitting in the back of this spaceship, and they're all aiming their guns at a cat. And they want to shoot the cat. Can they shoot the cat?
Are they shooting ahead or behind?
They are shooting in the direction of travel. So they are going, the bullets left go exceed the speed of light.
At the speed of light, the spacecraft could just run over the damn cat, whether or not there's a bullet there.
No, they're all on the spaceship. They just don't like cats.
Oh, on board the ship. Yeah, I think so. Think so, but not sure.
Intuitively, I think that, but I've heard so many people say that you can't that it's got me befuddled.
Well, the problem is at the speed of light, your dimensional compression means that the spacecraft would cease to have dimension in the length along the direction of travel.
Same with time, no time.
I mean, I could argue that I was going just under the speed of light, and I sent the bullet out, and the bullet has to exceed the speed of light. What would happen to the bullet?
Well, if you're just under the speed of light, your dimensions would still be just about zero.
Dimensions zero.
Well, like I said, compression of time and space and dimension. There was I saw one. What's his face? The Asylum. He did one where he pointed out that as the rocket ship approaches speed of light, its dimension approaches zero.
To the people on board, would they experience zero dimension, or would they experience everything normal?
I don't know, because I think then all kinetics at the speed of light, all kinetics are gone.
So, can we get to Einstein's first postulate for special relativity?
Don't care about your stinking postulate.
Well, the laws of physics are invariant, that is, identical in all inertial frames of reference. That is, frames of reference with no acceleration. That means there's no experiment you can do to tell, combined with the second postulate that the speed of light is the same for every inertial reference, that you can do and tell what speed you are moving at. As far as you're concerned, you're not moving.
That's true.
So the ship is a ship, not moving. Easy to shoot a cat.
I think I can throw this rock if the chip is long enough. If I can throw the rock hard enough inside this capsule going at the speed of light, I can throw this rock at the speed of light to the cat. Being inside the chip that is already traveling at the speed of light. Is that it? What do you think, Chike?
It's not traveling at the speed of light. It's traveling close to the speed of light. And you throwing a rock, not going to change the speed much. For the outside observer to see traveling almost the speed of light.
But this almost get more confusing. That's why I changed it to the speed of light, to the top.
No, you can't move.
So you cannot imagine a capsule traveling at the speed of light.
It's not possible. It's not that I can't imagine.
I know it's not possible. But you cannot imagine it. Then you cannot think of it.
Well, of course I can imagine it. And I need to imagine. Hold on. I need to imagine that you can't throw anything.
Yeah, the problem is at the speed of light, so many aspects of what we call physics become undefined. So when you have and you're trying to describe what goes on inside a capsule that's at the speed of light, you've already entered, the undefined zone. So as a thought experiment, I have no good answer.
Yeah, so you got this slow-mo camera at 1 trillion frames per second, right? And then you just shoot this capsule going at the speed of light, and it's going across the lens. When you slow down this camera, because the capsule is made out of glass, then you can see the man in the left-hand side. He's going to the right? He's going from left to right at the speed of light. So in the back of the ship, there's this man, and in the front of the ship is this cat. And then you can slow-mo, then this man can throw the rock and he can reach the cat.
No, you can't see it with your camera. Even if you filmed it for 1,000 years, you wouldn't see it.
The camera, I think, is on board the ship, isn't it?
No, if it's on the ship.
Yeah, I added a camera. It's too extra, but just thinking about it, theoretically, if you could see what's happening, you could see this ship, you could see the capsule going at the speed of light. The observer is traveling at the speed of light, so you're going to see this capsule like it's pretty much stationary in front of you.
Then it's not moving at the speed of light.
It's moving at the speed of light.
No,
there's a capsule moving at the speed of light. The observer is also the observer outside, from the outside, the third person, a God view, is traveling at the speed of light, looking at the capsule in front of him.
Yeah, that's it. Then it's not traveling at the speed of light. It's not moving at all.
It is traveling, but not in relation to me. In relation to
in relation to you, it's not traveling.
You're making it more difficult.
I'm making it as it is.
You're screaming out of the argument, Jake.
You want to move with the capsule at the speed of light and tell me it's moving at the speed of light. Prove it.
Yes,
Prove
because because I'm measuring it with my speed of light meter, and I going at the speed of light, and then in the front of me is that capsule. In this next to me, in my left, is traveling also with the speed of light. So we are both going at the speed of light. So when I look to the side, I'll just see this capsule just I see background movement, kind of movement,
The background is
lighting
speed of
passing
light.
by. So I know it's
Right.
going at the speed of light. Then I can see inside the guy. I go like, all right, shoot the rock now through our 1990s Bluetooth system that we got going on. And he gonna okay, and he throw the rock from the back of the ship to the front of the ship. And if he got enough power in his shoot, he can shoot this rock at the speed of light inside the device that is going at the speed of light.
Yeah, you're being Gary now. You see the background moving at the speed of light. It's the background that moves at the speed of light, not you, not the ship.
No, but it's us, it's me. Because if I wasn't moving, then I don't have to be running at the speed of light. And I know I'm running at the speed of light.
Running speed of light.
Yes.
That would be a world record.
Yes, it is. So you cannot imagine these scenarios. You don't have.
It's not about imagining. It's not about imagining.
The Stingray can. The Stingray. Come on, help me out here. You listening?
I'm hearing words. Listening is a very stretch. Why? What are you on about?
Right. I was wondering here, we're talking about this rocket here that's going very near the speed of light, but not at the speed of light, right?
Oh no, I changed it. It's going the speed of light. Yeah, it's going the speed of light. Forget about nearly or almost.
So,
well,
with no time. What is your question?
With no time. What do you mean?
Yeah. So time now fails to register in your experiment. What do you want to ask? That's not time dependent.
Well, actually, all time on the spaceship will be the same. It'll be will progress at the exact same time as it normally does, doesn't it?
No, it will not progress at all.
No progression.
Wait. I start running, right? And I'm dragging this rocket ship with a dude inside, and I'm running at the speed of light now. I know because I got a speed of light meter, and I know I'm going at the speed of light. And I look to my side, and this ship is next to me, also traveling at the speed of light. So I'm looking at it. It looks stationary, but it's going at the speed of light. And I talk to him through my 1990s Bluetooth device, and I talk to the guy inside the ship, and I say, all right, time now. Beep. And we both hit the time. 1, 2, 3. So the time is running. As we are running the speed of light, the rocket in front of me is running the speed of light, and I tell him, all right, throw this rock now. Can he throw the rock to the front of the ship and hit the front of the ship?
But the problem is at the beginning. The problem is at the beginning when you say, I'm running at the speed of light. That's your problem right there. That's where the problem begins.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, he has a speed of light dometer.
Yeah, speed of light meter. Yeah. So I know I'm going at the speed of light, and also the rocket next to me is also going at the speed of light. So I can see it. So because if I was standing still or going very slow, I'm not going to see the rocket. It's going too fast. So I got to go at the same speed of the rocket, so I can look at it and I say, all right, it's steady, just going the same speed as me, as if we were racing.
But I told you, the second postulate is the speed of light is the same for everyone. So however speed you think you're going, the light is still traveling at the same speed.
Right, but you just said time stop. So if I fire my gun won't ever hit the cat.
Well, because Jose forced on us something that is impossible.
Well, no, even at best, if it was just below the speed of light and I fired my gun, that bullet's going to come out of my barrel and try and accelerate 3,000 feet per second. And it's going to exceed the speed of light. It's going to stop.
Forget the bullet for a second. The light still coming out at 300,000 kilometers per second. I don't care what speed you think you're going.
I'm going to have to run this through Montreal, man. He can make a paradox out of this, bro.
Well, then, if the light's coming out at the speed of light inside that spacecraft, then it's traveling twice the speed of light, or nearly twice.
What?
I shoot a laser from the back of that spaceship to the front of it. It's 1 mile long. It's going to take 8 microseconds to reach the front.
Ken, your logic here is going to make me crash my fucking F-18 in a minute. No. So imagine this. Imagine the speed of light is 20 miles per hour. Yeah? That's the speed of light.
Good.
Now, we're on a bullet that's going 10 miles per hour. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, because we're going 10 miles per hour, every hour relative to a base reference frame, our original one, is time is slowed down by half. So now when we fire the second bullet, which we measure miles per hour, our hour is a lot longer than the first reference frame. In the first reference frame, we see it as it's still traveling at 20 miles per hour, that bullet, because our hour is the thing that's changed.
You're making it more complicated.
Oh my God.
Because the gun was already traveling at that speed, at the 20 miles. So you're going to add 10 to
I'm
those.
flying my aircraft, sod it. I'm flying my aircraft now, sod it.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
happens
he's
to
going
an
to the
object
actual
traveling at the speed of light? Stop there.
Requires us to be moving at the speed of light.
Sorry, Doofus, I didn't catch that, man.
Oh yeah, I got a phone call. Sorry, but yeah, he went through the actual explanation, not one that actually that you wanted, which was that we're moving at the speed of light. That doesn't really have an explanation.
Well, I mean, my picture denotes it that it's just under the speed of light. You fire the gun, the bullet has to exceed the speed of light, reference to something.
Yeah, but you're leaving wiggle room in this example. In this example, Mojo, you're leaving wiggle room. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm just saying, I think it gets more complicated with your example. They almost
right, but they're insisting on the fact you can't go the speed of light. So I'm now taking us just under it, firing a gun, and seeing what the effects on that bullet are. Trying to stick within their globe-tard Einsteinian insanity.
Oh, Newton debunked Einstein.
Object traveling close to the speed of light or at the speed of light. What happens?
Everything
What happens to the dimension, or what happens to the time?
Well, time slows down, but I'm still not sure for the occupants whether they're tossing a ball between each other and they're trying to play catch. The time it takes for it to go between them and the other person, would it appear like slow motion?
Yeah, it would take forever.
No, not in reference, not to those individuals traveling at that speed. It's still the same.
No. No, but I was thinking about Jose was talking about filming it by a camera from the outside.
Yeah,
but he was moving with them.
Yeah, running at the same speed.
He was moving with them. Okay.
Yeah, if you got an observer that's going at the same speed as the thing you're observing, then everything just looks normal.
Exactly, and then you can both the person, the two parties can hit a clock, a timer, a 1 minute timer or something like that. The clock will work even though it's the speed of light. So I don't know where this there's no speed or whatever.
Because they are in the same reference frame. They're not moving relative to each other.
Before I opened up the front of my capsule and I let the bullet get outside the capsule.
That's fine.
Now that bullet is, I guess, has my reference frame involved, but what happens to it with reference to other reference frames, like the original reference frame of Earth that I was flying away from?
Well, the radiation coming in will fry you, and the radiation coming from behind will never reach you. It's quite simple.
That's okay. I don't care about the people. I just want to know what happens to the bullet.
Yeah. Use your imagination that the person is immune to speed of light. They bought the speed of light immune cream, lotion, antiseptics. So nothing will happen to the mass of the people.
Hello?
Hello, Leo.
I'm not here yet.
Do you
Hello,
become the
Steve.
speed of light? Do you become the speed of light if you're going at the speed of light?
Do I become the speed of light? No, I became a person traveling at the speed of light.
If you are inside a capsule, right? There's a capsule, and you are in the back of the capsule. So you got all the room. You're looking forward, and the front window is very far away from you. And this capsule takes off, and it's going at the speed of light. You are inside it. Just theoretically thinking that the body can take it, right? Following me, Leo, so far, right? You're inside a capsule that is going at the speed of light. You're in the back.
How long is very long?
Long, 20 feet. 20 feet long. Now you can visualize.
Okay, so I'm staying at the back of a 20-foot long capsule looking out, and the capsule's traveling at the speed of light.
Right? You can picture that, right? Now you take your flip flops off and you throw it to the front of the capsule. Your flip flop. Can you just
The problem is I don't have any flip flops. I'm not
you
a
got
flip
shoes.
flopper.
You got a rock in your pockets. You got a rock in your pockets.
Okay, a rock.
You
if
got
I
a rock.
drop it, does it fall?
If you throw it forward to hit the front window, to hit the front seat, to hit the buttons in the front of the console panel, you can hit it, right? You can throw the rock and you can hit the front panel.
Yeah.
You go, but the capsule where you are inside a capsule that this capsule is going at the speed of light. I say that yes, you can throw a rock and you can hit the front panel. You can hit a cat that is sitting in the panel.
I wouldn't hit the cat, I would hit the panel.
But there you go. So Leal is on board. Moyok man, you disagree with that?
No, I don't disagree with it. I say intuitively you can hit them. I just don't know what science claims.
Now they're saying that this rock will be going faster than the speed of light, Leal. That's what they intend to say.
Oh, well, you didn't say that. You just said, could I throw a rock at the front windshield? And I said yes.
And the rock can the rock reach the front? Can you hit it?
Yes, I could.
Okay, so is the rock now the question?
Yeah. It'd be like me standing at the back of a capsule that's only traveling 50 miles an hour. I can still throw a rock and hit
Exactly.
the front.
Now, is this rock traveling faster than the speed of light? That's the question. When you put it all together now. No, right? Thank you. It's going whatever you throw it, 5 miles per hour or whatever, at whatever pressure you
Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? If someone were to measure the speed of that rock from the outside of the capsule, would they register 50 miles plus the speed of light?
Chaik, that's a question for you.
Nope.
Why wouldn't they?
Because that's not how you add relativistic speeds.
Okay, so why then would a person traveling on the back bed of a truck, if they threw a baseball at 90 miles an hour, and a person measuring the speed of that baseball, and the truck's traveling 60, why would the person measuring the speed of that baseball measure 140 miles an hour instead of 50? Or I mean 90, sorry. But it's not the same with the airplane or the capsule going the speed of light. Chaigi?
Well,
are you going to answer the question?
Because you don't just add speeds. At those speeds doesn't work.
Why does it work at something going 60 miles an hour, but not work for something going the speed of light?
Actually, it doesn't.
It does too.
However, no, it isn't. You
so all
measure.
the videos on YouTube that talk about it are wrong.
Well, you need to listen carefully to what they say. They do not add up. However, you don't care about 9 digits behind the decimal point, right?
That's not what I'm saying, Chuck.
Yeah, well, I'm telling
the
you,
person on the ground measuring the ball.
If you're 20 miles per hour and you throw a rock at 10 miles per hour, they don't add up to 30. However, they add so much close to 30 that you don't care about it.
You know what? I'm going to take it one step further, Leal. I mentioned this earlier, but you didn't hear me, right? Now I'm in this capsule, which is the capsule is traveling to the speed of light. Now, if I got enough energy, if I'm a superhuman, and I can throw this rock if I can throw an object at the speed of light, me inside the capsule can throw the rock at the speed of light. Woof! Is that rock going twice the speed of light? No, it's just going the speed of light. Even though the capsule is also already traveling at the speed of light. Do you think that's fair? That makes logic, right?
It depends on where you're referencing it from. if I'm inside the capsule measuring the baseball or the
Yes.
object,
Mhm.
I'm going to measure the speed of light. If I'm outside that capsule, it's going to measure faster than that. Just like the example of the truck going 90 miles an hour, or the truck going 60, and the baseball on the back going 60. The person measuring the speed of the ball on the ground is going to measure it at 140 miles an hour, even though.
Oh, you cut up.
I cut out. Did you hear what I said?
Even though, I heard everything until just right there. Yeah, so the person inside throwing the rock, he's got a speed of light meter, and he can measure that he's throwing the rock at the speed of light. He can measure it. Pew! Yeah, it went to the speed of light. So that rock is going the speed of light, which that action took place inside a capsule going at the speed of light. So is it possible to go faster than the speed of light? Yeah, you can go twice as fast as the speed of light, just relative to where you're looking at it from. Facts.
I agree.
There you go, Shaik. We agree.
There you have it. All of physics utterly destroyed by Lyle and Jose.
There you go. Stingray also. Stingray is mind blown. Stingray learned so
I
much
know.
today. It's so
Stingray,
simple. The example is so simple and so visual. I mean, you can visualize a stingray. Whether it makes sense or not, it's easy to visualize, right?
No, it isn't, because time is not the same for those individuals. And distance over time, what you're measuring speed in, obviously gets screwed up, right? Oh, by the way, I'm flying over my city town now, by the way.
Yeah, how do you measure speed without time? How did this apparatus work?
Yeah, I've heard it described also that, like, if you were traveling at the speed of light, that it would take, like, going to Alpha Centauri, and you were going at the speed of light, you wouldn't experience any time in the travel going there. So even though it takes 4 light years as for Earth time to get to that star, that to you on the spacecraft, no time would have elapsed. So
I disagree. If I took a stopwatch and started on the plane
Inside the capsule, when the capsule is already going at speed of light. I mentioned this earlier. So the time will move.
If I start when the capsule is on the ground, not moving, to the time it takes to get to Alpha Centauri, I guarantee you there will be time involved.
Yes.
Only during the acceleration, at least according to what I've heard from relativity, which is that once you achieve the speed of light, it would just seem like Alpha Centauri was getting to you faster and faster and faster
How did you do that?
as you approach the speed of light.
The stopwatch is still moving.
When did you achieve the speed of light?
Oh, shut up. We did it. Shut up.
But the stopwatch is still moving forward in time. Even if you're traveling at the speed of light, or once you've gone to the speed of light, the stopwatch doesn't stop moving up in time.
It really does, for relative to the stopwatch. So imagine this, as something which screws with my brain, is a photon generated inside the fusion of a star reaching my eye didn't experience time. There's no time for that.
Take millions of
photon.
years.
Provide evidence that what I'm saying is false.
You can do it with extrapolation. You can do it with extrapolation based on time dilation, Lyle. If you accept time dilation, that the two are tied together, as in speed and time, and that going faster in one means going slower in the other, then it's a matter of just extrapolating that out a little bit to know that at some point that stopwatch doesn't experience time anymore.
Yeah, provide evidence for that, though.
Time dilation.
That doesn't show me anything. Like, for example, if I take a laser measuring tool and measure the distance across my room, I can measure the time it took that light to go from the tool to the wall back to the tool.
Only in your reference. For that laser, if you followed it, time wouldn't work.
Yeah, it would, because because it started at one point, hit another point,
That's
and then
movement.
went back to the other point.
That's
And that is
space. That's
exactly
not
what time
time.
is.
That's
That is
space. That's not
exactly
time.
From one event to the next event is what is considered time.
You moving
Reference
the speed of
frames.
light.
Reference frames.
Hold on. You're moving at the speed of light, Lane. How long would it take the light to reach 1 meter from you, from your laser?
If I'm traveling the speed of light, the laser travels same speed, and it would measure the same speed as it would normally, whether I'm
I
traveling the
want you
speed
to
of light
measure
or not.
1 meter. How long it will take you to measure 1 meter? The speed of light with the laser.
Well, whatever that is divided by the amount of time.
What do you
I don't
mean?
know. I haven't
The
done it.
laser, you shown the laser. The laser don't get away from you because you are traveling the same speed as the laser. It will never get to 1 meter.
It would never get to 1 meter. You're saying a laser would stop before I shoot at 1 meter. When I can shoot it across my room, which is further than 1 meter.
You're not in your room. You're now in the speed of light. When I look at you and look at the
from
laser,
the beginning of the doorway to
laser,
the wall is a certain distance.
and I look at you and look at the laser, there's no distance between you ever, because you and the laser traveling at the same time. So
I'm
how do you
talking
measure
about
1
the
meter
distance
with the
across
laser?
my room. I'm talking about.
Are you not moving at the speed of light? Do you?
Yeah, and it still takes me a certain amount of time to travel
That's
at the speed
fine.
of light
But now you're
across
at the
my
speed
bedroom.
of light. Now you're at the speed of light. Yes, we changed it. You're at the speed of light, shining a
Yes.
laser in that direction of your moving.
And I'm walking towards the.
Well, how are you
the wall
walking?
of my
You're at the
bedroom from
speed
the
of
doorway.
light. There's
It
no
takes a certain
walking
amount of
anymore.
time.
There's no walking. You're at the speed of light. You can
I'm
accelerate.
moving from my doorway to the wall across the room. It takes a certain amount of time. Whether or not I can measure that time is not the point.
You're shooting through the universe. You
I'm
shine
talking
the
about
laser.
measuring,
How
using
long?
light to measure a distance.
Do you
which is
listen to
from
what
one
I'm
point to
asking
the next,
you, Lane?
which we
You
define
listen
as
to what
time.
I'm asking you, Lane. Don't care about your room. You are moving at the universe, the speed of light.
And I start
You're
at one
shining
point,
a laser.
and at another
I don't
point,
know how
that
you did
will
it.
be your time.
I don't know how you did it, but you shone a laser ahead of you. And you're moving at the same speed, the beam of the laser moving. How long will it take it to get the distance of 1 meter away from you?
However long, whatever time that is.
Try to estimate this time. If the distance between you and the laser never changed.
If it's still a meter, I still have to travel a meter.
The meter is a meter, but
Yeah,
you're
if
not
I'm
getting away
start at
from
the speed of light and
the
travel 1
light.
meter.
Not getting away from you, Lale. It's traveling at the same speed as you.
No, I know.
It's always what
starting
you
at one
say
point-
now. You're traveling at the speed of light or no?
Yes, if I'm starting at
So the light moving faster than you? No,
no,
it
but
doesn't change.
that's not my point, Trikey. My
Well,
point-
that's our point.
But
You're at the speed of light. There's no time.
Trikey, if I start at one point at the speed of light and move 1 meter, it takes a certain amount of time. Whether or not we can measure that time, it still takes a certain amount of time to move that far.
To who it takes time?
How fast is the speed of light?
To who it takes time, Lane?
How fast is the speed of light?
300,000 kilometers per second.
Oh, kilometers per second, which is a distance.
For who, Lane?
So it can distance be timed? In 1 second, which is a amount of time, light travels 300,000 meters.
For those who
Yeah, but the
doesn't
photon
travel,
does
it's
not
300,000
experience
miles
any
per hour.
time. Hang on.
We're talking about me
Photon-
traveling the speed of light.
Yeah,
It
you're
takes
traveling at the speed of
time
light.
to travel that 1 meter.
So how long does it take to the light to get at the distance 1 meter away from you? For you.
Me traveling from one point at the speed of
No, you're
light to another
traveling. I
point
didn't
is
say
a
from
certain
one
amount
point.
of
You're
time.
traveling. You're already traveling. You're not going to
Right.
stop. So now you shone a laser. I don't know how you did it, but you did. You shone a laser, which the beam never gets away from you. Because
talking about beam
you're traveling at the same speed as the beam.
Great, but I still
Right.
start.
So how
I
long
don't
does it take the
instantaneously
beam
start at
for you, who traveling with the beam? How long does it take the beam to get 1 meter away from you?
Well, since it takes 300,000, it's measured at 300,000 meters per second. 1 meter would take 1/300,000th of 1 second.
The beam again doesn't get away from you because you're traveling at the same speed, Lale.
I never said the beam would get away from me, but I still travel.
But I'm asking you, how long does it take for the beam to get 1 meter away from you? That's my question. Give me a number on your clock.
Is he being mean to you, Lale? Is Shike being mean to you?
On the laser, I'm not in the beam. If I'm at the exact same spot as the laser when we start, then I would be at the same spot as I was when I started going the speed of light.
But remember what happens to time if you travel at the speed of light. Like a photon, it can take hundreds of thousands of years to reach us. But for the photon itself, there's no time at all.
So if we could get to the speed of light, we could travel to anywhere in the universe instantly. Yeah, from our perspective on the ship. In fact,
No,
it would be everywhere in the universe.
That's not true.
That's the implication of time.
The universe is 14 billion light years across.
Yes, but you experience time. Time
years.
stops for you, but events keep on progressing. So you essentially would teleport everywhere.
Meanwhile, in a random flat Earth server somewhere, they are debating where the sun goes at night. Shout out to Artina. Beautiful comment.
Where do they think it goes?
You don't know what
like this. It's the closer you get to this speed of light, okay, the less time you experience and the shorter distance you experience. And just like the example for photons can travel for 13.8 billion light years. For the photon itself, it doesn't experience any time at all. So all it has to do, there's a confusion between reference frames. If you're on the outside looking at it, or you are traveling at the speed of light. I think
Like
this is where the confusion is.
Like if I take off from the surface of the Earth and instantly go the speed of light, pew, I can once it hit 3, 2, 1, go, beep, and I press the button when the ship take off. I'm already traveling at the speed of light because I got my speed of light meter measuring the speed of light. I'm going inside the capsule at the speed of light, and I know I had to stop my stopwatch at 8 minutes sharp, so I can be very close to the sun. So I want to go to the sun. So I gotta hit the timer going inside the capsule at the speed of light, and I know at 8 minutes I'll be really close to the sun. I can do the math and I can do the calculation to go exactly and stop it 1 second before it hit the sun, going at the speed of light. Is that a fact, Lale? It makes sense, right?
No. For us, watching you going, yes, it would take 8 minutes, but for you, it would be instantly.
Yeah, right. Because the sun is the same. Because the sun,
no,
it doesn't make sense. Light, at the speed of light, at the speed of light,
doesn't matter if you got a timer.
When you're at the speed of light, the sun and Earth are at the same place.
I got a clock, and it takes roughly 8 minutes at the speed of light to reach the sun. That's still great. That makes sense, right?
There's no reach. There's no reach. The sun and Earth are the same place. There's no distance between them.
The faster you go, the slower the time for you go.
So it's 91 million miles away from the Earth.
Not when you're in the speed of light.
No, it doesn't change just because I'm going the speed of light.
Oh, it does.
It does not. It's still the same distance.
No, it isn't.
You hit the timer. There's a time gonna be moving. It's gonna be changing. You are gonna have a watch Digital watch is going to give you the time, the seconds and the minutes. 8 minutes to reach the sun. In your watch, you're going inside the capsule, going at the speed of light.
But it doesn't take 8 minutes to reach the sun at the speed of light.
Here, let's put it this way: if you were traveling at the speed of light, you have another magic communication device, faster than light communication, and you started watching videos from Earth. You know that at the speed of light, or what do they call it? The twin paradox is a claim that happens, that the person who goes to Alpha Centauri and comes back experiences less years than the people on Earth go. So if you were watching them on Earth, they'd be in fast motion, running 2, 3, 4 times speed, and that's all below the speed of light.
No.
At the speed of light, everything would instantly progress.
No.
Let me make a quick comment, Jake. Takes about 8 minutes to reach the sun at the speed of light.
The light.
The sun is an average distance of about 93 million miles away, 100 million kilometers away from the Earth. It is so far away that the light from the sun traveling at the speed of very fast per second take about 8 minutes to reach us. Therefore, if you are in a capsule traveling at the speed of light at 186,000 miles per second, then you will take 8 minutes to reach the sun.
No.
Okay, back to
No,
Moya.
you will not.
Moya.
The closer
Moya.
you get to speed, the slower the time flows for you.
And then when you take off,
looking at it, no, Jose, but looking at it from the outside, if I was watching you going to the sun, it would take 8 minutes. But for you in the capsule, it would take no time at all. That's relativity. Closer you get to speed of light, the time slows down. Exactly like the example the other guy was talking about. If you travel away and you see the speed of life of Earth, that's the way it is.
you are not there. I'm not in the
hold on,
star.
hold on.
I'm not in Polaris right now. I can see Polaris from where I am. But I'm not in Polaris. If I want to travel to Polaris, if it take 100 light years, I'm going to hop in a capsule and I'm going to travel to the speed of light. It's going to take me 100 years to reach light years.
Us.
That's what I'm saying.
For us, watching you going, yes. But for you, no.
For me inside, I'm going to hit my time
No,
and I'm going to
no.
wake up at 100 years.
No. It will not.
You
This is
can say
relativity.
no, but you cannot prove that.
No, the closer
you say no, but you cannot prove that, bruh.
Yeah, now you can't.
Time dilation.
According to relativity, that what happens.
If I hop in a capsule
small
and I want to go to the
extremely
sun,
heavy and time stops.
Stefan, listen
That's
to
the way
this.
it is.
If I hop in a capsule with the capability to go to the speed of light in an instant, right? I hop in the capsule, and when the capsule take off, pew, at the speed of light, I hit the timer, and I'm gonna have a timer at 8 minutes timer in my watch, and it's gonna take me 8 minutes, me watching the clock and going at the speed of light to reach the sun physically. Yes.
No, when you travel at
You
the
say
speed of
no,
light,
but you don't have any evidence.
Hang on. When you travel at the speed of light, time stops. Simple as that.
You're just saying
just
words.
Example. No. It's the way. Well, look into relativity and you will find it.
It slows
an
down.
Object, on
Logically, make no sense. Logically, the time never stops. The time always running. It just logically.
Yeah, I
makes no
know
sense.
it's difficult.
It's
But
not
it's-
difficult. It's,
it's like a brute
illogical.
fact.
It's not hard. It's just illogical. What you're saying.
Jose, there's measurements of this. Time dilation is measured.
Now, can I
The
just
question
point
is
out,
whether it continues all the way to the speed of light.
The stingray.
can I just point out, Jose? You just said you're just using words. Can you tell us what else we should be using to communicate with you, please?
A video or a paper where he explains this. That is easy to understand or to read. You know, something that is logical that you can explain it. You can, if you want to pull a paper, he said this paper is about music theory. If you can explain it to me very easily and coherent, then that means that you understand it. But you haven't provided anything. I'm just giving you the logical from point A to point B. I'm not gonna say take C, D, E, F, G because C, D, E, F, G is not in between A and B. I'm just going from point A to point B. Hopping in a capsule, going to the sun at the speed of light is gonna take me 8 minutes by my watch that I am inside the capsule looking at the watch.
No,
If
you
I'm traveling
can't
inside a car going 100 miles per hour, and I want to see how much time, I hit a timer and it's going to tell me. If I go 1,000 miles per hour, it's the same. If I go in 10,000 miles per hour, it's the same. At the speed of light, it's the same. These guys, the time is going to tell me how long will it take me time-wise from point A to point B.
Well,
Okay, can you answer with the question? Do you believe, at least reasonably, that time dilation does happen with like satellites and stuff? We see that the clocks do tick slower on the satellites.
In 100 years, it's like a trillionth of a second.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
has been tested
absolutely,
over here on
absolutely.
Earth. So no, I don't believe it because it's going to take you, I don't know, 1,000,000 years to show me that 1 second has passed or something like that. You know, you cannot be proven. It's impossible.
Well,
to be proven.
I understand that.
It's a theory, but haven't been proven yet. You know.
You agree with that part of it, that trillionth of a second does happen. Now, assumably, and we've seen that on aircraft, it's much less. You know, aircraft flying on Earth compared to satellites.
At 500 miles per hour, it takes you 100 years. If you're up in an airplane at 500 miles per hour, if you're up in an airplane at 500 miles per hour constantly, you gotta travel for 100 years non-stop at 500 miles per hour to measure less than a second.
Okay, Brian Mabbitt. Okay. Now, the question is, we see at an airplane that this is much less time dilation than on satellites. So there's a progression based upon speed. The faster you go, there's more time dilation. So if you progress that up to the speed of light, or half the speed of light, or a quarter of the speed of light, you'll see that progresses even more. So I think the only question is whether it ever progresses to the point where zero time is experienced.
So it's impossible. So there's no travel at the speed of light or near the speed of light. Nobody can travel. I mean, nothing can travel. You cannot reach point A to point B going as fast as possible.
Well, that's the whole thing. You can get closer and closer to the speed of light. Time dilation will get greater.
And you can reach the point from point A to point B at the speed of light.
Well, can you reach those points with the time dilation happening? Like, let's say, with half time being elapsed?
You're adding too much. Can one person going at the speed of light, can a device, can something take from point A and reach point B going at the fastest speed ever recorded? That is the speed of light. Can that object reach it physically? Go there without whatever over time dilation, none of that. Can the object reach from point A to point B?
Theoretically, nothing can get up. No mass can get up to that speed. But
so the fastest speed that can be traveled, the fastest speed that anybody can travel, can it reach point B? It can reach that point, right? Physically?
We can approach the speed by some fraction.
And it can reach the point, right? Your destination, physical destination, and then inside the capsule, if there's a timer, the time will go by, and it will tell you how long will it take from point A to point B.
Right, but it'll take less time than it would have taken light to take it from Earth. Like, Earth says it's 4 light years away. If we go at half the speed of light, and I don't know the numbers for this, but at half the speed of light,
8 light years
take
away.
The person on that spacecraft only 3 years to get to Alpha Centauri. Even though it takes.
I have something else. So we were talking about an airplane, a passenger jet earlier, traveling at 500 miles per hour. If I'm walking 1 mile per hour, it takes me 1 hour to walk 1 mile. If I'm in that plane and I want to travel that same distance, it's going to take me 1/500th of the time that it took to walk at 1 mile per hour to go a mile.
Not exactly.
Yes.
That's
Why not?
Over 40 hours of flight, you're going to experience 50 microseconds of time dilation. I think it was.
But you didn't.
And you have to add on the less gravity as well.
You didn't understand what I said. Then it is a fact that to go 1 mile at 500 miles an hour, it is 1/500th of the time it took me to walk the mile at 1 mile per hour.
He heard you and he told you it's not exactly.
It is exact.
No.
1/500th of the speed for the same distance.
That's not how you
the time. The faster you go, the less time you're going to use.
That's what I just said.
To travel the same distance.
That's what I just said. To go 1 mile at 500 miles per hour, it will take 1/500th of the time that it took me to walk that same distance at 1 mile per hour.
Yes.
Because it's 500 times
Exactly.
faster.
Again,
Yes.
well, not exactly.
So we've got to tack
Why
on
not
that
exactly?
relativistic changes.
Yeah. But,
Distance does not change.
It does.
The distance is 1 mile, 5,280
No,
feet.
it's shorter.
That does not
actually.
change just because I go faster.
Actually, the distance is shorter.
No, the distance is the same amount of feet.
Well, depends who measure it. The one who's flying.
It's
or
exactly
the one who's on Earth.
5,280 feet, statute mile.
No.
Yes.
No, there is no exactly.
Yes.
There is no really is, Lane. Depends who measures it.
Hey, Leel and Chai, do you want to say a quick thanks to Martin because he gave me $20 on PayPal, and this payment traveled a bit slower than the speed of light. Martin, thank you so much for your $20 PayPal. That's the first one I done in the last 2 days. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Martin. To me, Moyok, I just wanted to point that when you travel this relativistic speeds, it's not your time slowing down. It's the other clock.
Okay, I'm not sure I understand that, but okay.
When you get away from Earth at close to the speed of light, Earth clock is ticking slow, not yours.
Right, but again, if you were traveling at the speed of light, you would arrive at Alpha Centauri instantly. You would teleport there.
Well, I can't travel at the speed of light.
Okay, if you were traveling 98%, 95%, 55% the speed of light, you would get there faster than light should be able to get there. It would take you less time. It would take you less than 4 years to get there of your experience on the time. You'd need less than 4 years of food on the ship and less than 4 years of oxygen on the ship in order to make it there.
Yeah, because my metabolism would slow down, sure.
Woo!
And the distance would be shorter.
Right. Well, the distance is shorter, you know, and that's how it appears to you.
It's how it would be measured.
Right.
Speed, relative speed to Alpha Centauri, and how much time did it take me to get there.
So if you could go the speed of light in both directions, you could go to Alpha Centauri and back instantly. That's fucked up. And everybody on Earth would be 8 years older.
Actually, it's not. If you put numbers, if you accelerate in 1g, it only takes like a
1 year
and a half, much or something to get very close to 99% the speed of light. If you only could maintain 1g for 1 year.
Yeah, the only trick there is getting 1G for 1 year.
Yeah, that's the little obstacle.
And then you'd have to slow down for a year when you got on the other side too.
That's good because you want to keep your time dilation, right?
You guys are in La La Land away.
The time dilation occurs during the acceleration.
Well, if time dilation is real, and I think it's been measured, I don't know if it's La La Land anymore. This is just a natural conclusion of the weirdness that speed imposes on us.
Stringer, you're taking notes of all of this, right? To write a paper on it? I hope you are.
And but it's not only the time which is affected. I mean, an object getting close to the speed of light will get infinite mass and become infinite small. And it's, you might call it a brute fact, in fact, if you just go by relativity, or special relativity.
Yeah, I don't know what that does to you, though. You're sitting on the spacecraft. Do you start to feel cramped? No, everything shrinks the same. So to you, nothing changed.
Yes, it does. That's the problem. It's really hard to comprehend this.
No, it doesn't.
Sure.
If you have, 100%. if you have a constant thrust, you accelerate it 1g, your accelerometer will show 1g forever.
But I mean,
proper acceleration. Acceleration you can measure, not the apparent one. To someone on Earth, it would look like you're accelerating slower and slower and slower and slower until you like at constant speed, even though you measure acceleration 1g.
But like photons, which is massless, they don't experience time at all. If they had mass,
If
then
they
what would happen?
experienced anything, they are photons.
No, but if they had mass, then we get in a bit of a problem.
Well, I don't know.
Because relativity speeds ties into the size of the object and the mass of the object, which goes to infinity on the mass side, and the size shrinks to absolutely nothing. That affects the time as well. So I think it's a bit more complicated than just saying, well, if you accelerate and you sit in the spaceship, you will experience this and this. I'm not so sure about that.
When you're in high speed, you don't shrink. The universe around you shrinks.
Yeah, it does. It does. But if you look at it from the outside, it will shrink.
Well, if you look from the universe, you shrink. If you look from your point of view, the universe shrinks.
The universe. Yeah, if I was traveling the speed of light, the universe will shrink down to almost nothing.
Right, until there's no distance between Earth and the Sun at all.
Yes, which means no time.
Where does the sun go at night?
I don't know. That's what I asked.
We have to ask Gary about that, I think.
What do the experts say?
So,
on the other server.
So I got a question.
It goes away. Go ahead.
So, okay, so if you're in that rocket and you're going just under the speed of light, all right, and you're at the back of the rocket and you've got a flashlight, and you shine it towards the front of the rocket, does the speed of light change as it's going forward from that flashlight?
Yeah, is the beam of light going very slow to reach the front or what?
Depends. For me on Earth, yes. It may take years.
But what about inside the rocket?
300,000 kilometers per second.
Yep.
So you didn't answer.
No,
I did.
It's basically boils down to reference frames. That's what it is. I think that's what confuses us a bit.
If you're traveling 299,000 kilometers per second, and you shine a light, for me, I need to wait until the light gets from. For me, it's still 300,000. I need to wait until it catch up with the front of your spaceship. For you, it's instantaneous. It's like no time.
Yeah, but the energy or the wavelength will be extremely long because the energy will be as good as nothing.
Right, it'll look like DC.
Well, we will both see different wavelengths. Yeah. But you don't talk about wavelengths. You talk about events. When did the light begin to start the travel, and when did it hit the wall? I don't care what color it is.
Give me back my son.
Oh, you should live where I live, Jose, in the middle of Norway, where we only got a few hours of sun every day now, if the sky is clear.
Damn! Oh, you
and I have a huge mountain as well in the way. So
that sucks. So it's very
Yeah,
like
but it's
just
nice,
sketchy
though.
and dark, almost.
But it's really nice though. It's a lot of snow and a lot of houses and
no.
trees decorated with Christmas lights and stuff. So, yep.
The cold is no good. The cold.
It's been freezing this last week.
Whew.
10, 14 centigrades below zero.
What?
Celsius.
What's that in real math? Real units.
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, Celsius is a real unit. If you do science, metric system.
Yeah, Fahrenheit works exactly as good.
I can't
Actually,
remember
a little
the full name. What is it? 32 plus minus something. Hang
You
on.
don't need any of that. It's 32 degrees. It's freezing, and 212 is boiling. Works just fine.
Yeah, speak English, bro. Speak English, bro. It's Fahrenheit.
Okay,
And then the granularity of Celsius is terrible. Granularity is almost 2 degrees per real degree.
Yeah, very
8
important,
Fahrenheit.
huh? 1 Fahrenheit makes all the difference.
Well, that's about on the extremes of what you can feel. You know, you can feel about a 1 degree change. 2 degrees is a massive change. It's like just 2 quarts. It's like using a yardstick.
Well, I have a thermometer that shows Celsius here, and I hardly feel any change.
And you pukes are only 37 degrees. We're 98 degrees.
No, I can change it to Fahrenheit. Let's see what I have here.
It should be, I don't know.
20.7 C.
What'd you say? Minus 17?
It says 20.6 Celsius and 69.2 Fahrenheit.
6.8. The lowest.
Yeah, to be honest, I couldn't care less which unit of measure you use. But in America, I've been brought up on that one, and it is a hard thing to try and cross-reference mentally.
I know. I work in the oil industry, and some companies in the Norwegian shelf use the empirical system, and it's a fucking pain in the ass. You know, gallons and barrels and stuff like that. You're so used to the metric system. So always need
What's funny though is that England still uses gallons and inches for lumber and for liquid measurements periodically. It's kind of weird how they have a mix, and they even use mile per hour on their cars sometimes.
Yeah.
I have a good question about the speed of light by Thor Casey. If he sends me a picture at the speed of light over the internet, did the picture get any older as it traveled all over the world to get to me? Or did the picture get younger?
It didn't get much older.
No, that's for sure.
Will it have
The
more
original
white?
picture did.
Go check.
The original picture did get old. Took time for the picture to get to you. The original got older.
Older as there are more wrinkles and white hair on my face in the picture?
Depends. Not the picture got old. Not what's on the picture.
If it was you, Jose, was traveling, we would get older and you would stay the same age.
So if I send you something, I say I'm gonna wait exactly to the minute, and I'm gonna wait when it's 3:59, exactly at 3:59. I hit the send button. You're gonna receive the picture exactly at 3:59, or it's gonna be older, or you're gonna receive it later.
Depends on the distance.
Over the
Again,
internet.
you're back to but you're back to reference frames. The picture itself will not feel any time, but we will.
If I send a picture to my neighbor next door via the internet, and I send the same picture to you to wherever you're from, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, and I send those two pictures, will the neighbor's picture be there before you receive the other one, or will they travel at the same time via the internet?
No, of course. Speed but
There's
over
no-
distance.
Well, the internet provides routes of the packets. Who knows?
Do you think it'll take longer the longer the span of terrain between is, Chike?
Well, sometimes your internet is slow now. Happens.
So my
Then-
internet is very slow, and I hit send to the neighbor and to New Zealand at the same time. Which one are you gonna reach first? Both at the same time?
It's hard to say.
I think at the same time, right? I mean, I got very confident that they're gonna reach at the same time. So that's faster than the speed of light.
Well, not on the clock, because we know there's difference on the clock. So what do you mean by same time?
At the same time, if I got my phone in a three-way call, I hear the ding at the same time in both sides, in my neighbor and in New Zealand. They both receive the picture at the same time. Ding! I'm listening. Yes?
I don't know, that thing.
All right.
So what's up with the sun? Where does it go?
That's in the device that that they got in their hand, receiving it. So yes, if I send a picture across the world versus my neighbor on the phone, two pictures sent at the same time to do different locations, they will reach that location at the same time via the interweb.
I don't know, I imagine
No.
I hear you quite well with the delay compared to people in the United States. I guess, even though it's not big difference.
They say it can take longer. The further away, it's gonna take longer to reach the destination.
Yeah,
course
so
it
I
does.
have a ping of 160, let's say, or 30. So I don't know, a few milliseconds after.
You think so?
Doesn't
So
it-
I'm gonna
the-
hear. So they got the device in their hand, and I'm three-way call, and I'm gonna hear ding, ding, two dings instead of one ding in unison, like at the same time. They're not gonna receive it.
Well, I don't know how much difference there need to be between the dings so you can hear it.
I can hear it because one is in the A sharp, the other one is in C minor or something.
Yeah, but
So
the
I
sound
clearly
is probably going. The sound is probably going to take a longer time to go from the device to your ear and into your brain than it takes that photo to be sent by the speed of light.
Yeah, but I'm in the phone.
Yeah.
The same.
But anyway,
Isn't it around the equator? The light travels 7 times on around the world in 1 second.
Wait, isn't that Superman?
Yeah, Superman, of course. So it shouldn't take long to send a picture anywhere.
So I got Thor says that regardless if the data speeds is slow or speed is or fast, right? The data itself doesn't change because it doesn't experience any time, even though the outside observers do. You guys agree with that?
Well, it's encoded, so it doesn't change. Signal may be weaker, maybe stronger, but as long as you can tell what the signal is, you get the data you wanted.
I mean, right now, what are we talking about? We are here on Discord. We are talking from different parts of the world at the same time. So it doesn't take longer or shorter. It just takes the same amount of time to talk to somebody from across the world than somebody from my next door neighbor. It will be here in the call. We're experiencing at the same time, everybody. So it's not slower or faster.
No, actually, you don't.
Nope.
Especially over fiber and stuff like that. It's a substantial amount of time between the other side of the world and here.
Well, you define substantial. I said I have a ping of 160, let's say. So one way is 8 milliseconds.
Yeah, we have like 10 milliseconds
so you
round
say
trip
70.
going to my neighbor, and that's going to my neighbor, or from my house to the switch to my neighbor. And then to England or whatever, I don't know where our server is that you're getting 100 millisecond ping time to. I mean, where is your?
Let me try Discord.
Yeah, let's see. What's a server in Australia? How can I ping that? Let's go to ping.
There is no
Command
try.
line.
Do.
Oh,
Australian thing. Good day, mate.
Peace, brother. Thank you for participating. There is no try. Just do.
What's an interesting server in Australia? Just something I could ping by URL.
Listen, this is very interesting. I'm pinging Discord. I get 5 milliseconds. That's like it's next building.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have. It's probably distributed or somehow. Like I don't get the same server as you.
All right, last call before final thoughts. If anybody want to send me $500 on PayPal, I'll take them. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I already got 20 in the bank from Martin earlier. You're looking at 500. Like that's chump change for some people. Shit. I'd be a millionaire with $500 now. I'll be able to pay some bills.
Okay, that's more like it. I have Yahoo at 160 milliseconds. What do you have?
I'm still trying to figure out how to ping somebody in Australia.
Hey, easy Robert Giles with those links that you shared in there.
Open command line. Type ping. The name or the address you want. That's it.
Well, for me to Oslo, which is about 500 kilometers, takes 29 milliseconds for the ping.
Ping.
That's two-way.
Yeah, that's two-way. Yeah, this is the machine that goes ping.
I wonder how many people here know this movie. What was it? Meaning of life?
Hang up on my party.
Hey, easy with the links over there in the. Let's do a round of final thoughts. We gotta get out of here. I'm fucking starving. We gotta cook some. And yeah, it's been a good few hours. Entertaining. I appreciate it, guys, for entertaining the silliness. But it's actually, I mean, it was interesting, right? You guys are still here. Speed of light is an interesting topic. You guys agree with that?
Yeah.
It's been quite interesting. It's my first time being on The Voice for a whole
I appreciate
show.
it, man. Thank you. Yeah. And I was yelling at you and interrupting you earlier, and you hung in there. Thank you. I was being an asshole.
Well,
you know me.
That's you know that what they say in Norway, the area where I live, we can't even swim because we're so cheap. So we used to be in have our asses chewed off all the time by the rest of the Norwegians, but we don't care because we are we are the guys who's creating all kinds of jobs in this country. So
yeah.
But everyone have a nice Christmas. I have to go offshore Thursday, on Friday morning, but I might be able to join the show later on.
Oh, good.
It's not too
Always
busy.
welcome.
Wait, what do you mean offshore?
I work in the oil industry, so I'm going off to rig for Christmas.
Can you bring us some picture of horizon from deep ocean?
Yes, I can.
Good.
But it's only going to be by the mobile phone, though. So
Yeah, that's fine. I
Oh,
just want to see the circle around you. It's all
I mean, the
horizon.
problem is I have to take it indoors. You're not allowed outdoors due to the EX. If there's
gotta
any
go.
gas leak or something
We
like
gotta
that.
go. Final thoughts, Carl K. Chike, final thoughts.
I think the speed of light is quite fast, frankly. That's about it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. Shout out to you, man. Good times. Peter, you got final thoughts? How about Sean Smith? Final thoughts. And I quote Sean Smith, final thoughts. What happens at the speed of light is all theory. We can only base this off our observations in our current understanding. These thought experiments are good to expand your critical thinking skills. With that being said, matter moving at the speed of light is all theory. This means everyone has been telling you answers from their indoctrination, aka belief. Thank you very much, Sean Smith. I'm sorry I butchered a little bit that, but letters are jumping. I'm too hungry to be focused. Appreciate it. Nestle Wipes, final thoughts. I don't hear you. Stefan, final thoughts.
Yeah, and one talking about speed of light, and flat Earth is denying space and so on. Supernova 1997A has a big gas cloud around it, and it tends to have this light sort of explosion from the center propagating through the gas cloud, which means we know the angular size of it, we know the speed of light. So it's a very, very accurate way of determining the distance, which is 168,000 light years. So next time a flat earther start denying space and the lights in the sky, just use that one.
Thank you very much, Stefan. Appreciate it. The Fred. The Stingray. Tinkerfield. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate everybody. Like, share, subscribe, support. Check on the links on the description box and press all the buttons. Thank you for your support. Jose Jeji out. Boom.
Or not.